What's up? What's up? And welcome to the Arthur Moats Experience. I'm Arthur Moats, and you know what time it is. Let's get it. Let's get it. On this here Victory Monday. Shout out to Victory Mondays, baby. They never get old. They never get old. And we have plenty to discuss, man. In terms of the game, some of the things that we liked about it, what we maybe didn't like about it. And I'm sure y'all have a ton of questions. I'll do my best to try to answer those things as well. We'll take a look around the league also, man. We did have some bigger stuff happening around, man. So I do want to make sure that we take some time to kind of, acknowledge that and just stick with the pace of everything, man, because it's a lot happening within the division, what's happening league wide as well, man. Steelers and former Steelers included. So like I said, want to take some time to, tap into all of that. In terms of content, man, plenty of content dropping and continuing to drop, man. We obviously had Corliss Waitman, Steelers punter, on the show last Thursday, man. Was an absolute blast talking with him, and we actually saw him producing, doing his thing on Sunday. So shout out to Corliss. And we remember the week prior to that, YA Black. So both of those interviews still available, man. Make sure you tapping in to those. What up, upper room? Shout out to the members out there, man. Y'all are continuing to get your perks, man. Continuing to get your early access to videos, behind the scenes content. Shout out to the members. Y'all got a chance to see a new golf addition to the house. So shout out to y'all that did tap in with that. But more importantly, for the full exclusive film reviews, man, memberships, man. That's for the upper room. Y'all are killing it right now. Y'all are getting it, and the way that y'all are viewing the content lets me know that y'all are enjoying it as well. So salute to the members, but we still dropping for everybody else too. All right. It's just you get special perks for the members. So if you want to fully indulge in those, make sure y'all tap in with that membership element. All right. But other than that, let's see, man. Me and Mark, we dropped our initial thoughts on the game earlier today. Always fun whenever me and Mark Bergen get a chance to have our conversations. The WRAL Channel 5 producer, like I said, man, his perspective on things is nice. I like that, man. So like I said, definitely was a vibe with him. We got Tanisha from At Really Flawed YouTube, from the At Really Flawed YouTube channel. And she gave us her post-game reaction. You can see, man, we all kind of feeling it's like, man, are we nice or are we not nice? That's kind of like where we all are right now. So I figured, man, we're going to definitely talk about that. That'll be a little bit of the theme today. But like I said, man, definitely a vibe, man. Definitely a vibe in terms of content dropping. Trying to think in terms of today's show. Like I said, we're gonna get our recap going, man. We'll look around the league. Also, we should have the homie TG, right? Terence Garvin, former Pittsburgh Steelers, the homie, with us around 5:00. We know he is currently in the heart of it, though, as the defensive coordinator at Norfolk State University with Mike Vick. Both former league dudes, man. So always good to see what they got going on, man. But like I said, man, we should have TG around 5:00 today, man. Get his thoughts on this game as well. All right. So yeah, shout out to James Skitka as well, man. So he's a member. He's seen some of the acts. He says it's cool just to see Moats' sweet back porch and house. That's a nice living space. Hey, yo, I appreciate you on that, man. I didn't think he was gonna actually like say all that though. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's new to me. So you can see, like, I'm not all the way normal with it just yet. I know I'm supposed to act like I've been here before, act like I'm not, shocked every morning when I look over there, like, God, dog, this is the view. This is nuts. Or oh, this is what we had. This is nuts. But I just be so excited. I'm like a little kid. Every morning I wake up like, yo, is it still here? This still the studio? This still the chair? This my microphone? Like, what? This is me. Oh my God. So yeah, man, forgive me sometimes, man. I just be really excited, bro. I be super duper excited. And then you get a chance to talk Steelers ball on top of that. So I'm like really, really excited. Okay. So as you can see, man, it's a lot of energy over here. Lots of energy. But no, I do appreciate you though, man, for the upper room people, man. Oh, I like what you on X Concept says that we're gonna get an upper room day at the new golf course. Looks so dope, man. I bet the family loves it. No, man, I do appreciate that. And for sure, the fam definitely loves it, man. Shoot, they love it. The kids down the street love it, man. We looked out one day. I was like, hey, bro, we deep out here right now, man. It's just like a rack of people in the backyard just playing in a good way, man. But that is, some of the cool parts of, being able to do some of this stuff, man. So yeah, man, shout out to the fam though, man. Shout out. And like I said, shout out to the members though, man. Like I said, it's fun on occasion, like I said, because I don't share with everybody, but because I feel like y'all rocking with me. I'm sorry. Let y'all see this stuff. All right, somebody got to see it. I'm hyped about it. Somebody got to see it. All right, so shout out to y'all, man. But let's get it. Let's get it. Because like I said, man, we do have plenty to discuss, and like I said, man, we for sure got to talk about this game, man, because it was a lot of good, and it was some not so good as well, man. But before we get too deep into this, let's pay this bill. All right. As you know, you see the logo, baby. Today's show is sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. We talking about the top rated, the number one sportsbooking app in all of North America, baby. Safe, secure, and of course, reliable. And with NFL season all the way in the swing of it, man, we got 1, 2, 3. We time for week 4, baby. And I don't know if y'all been following your favorite team, but some of these teams hitting really well. Others, you got to focus on the parlays, okay? And those are all the beautiful things that you get offered with DraftKings Sportsbook, baby. Same game parlays, you got player prop bets, and a lot of other things included. But just like with anything, if I'm going to talk about it, you know, I got a promo code for you, baby. So you see it right there. The promo code is Moats. When you make your first bet, my new customer, for $5, you will get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Like I said, just use the promo code Moats. It's simple, man. It is super simple. But at the same time, you might get lost in the sauce, and I understand that can happen. And if you're living in New York, you see the number that you can text. But for everybody else, the digits to dial are 1-800-GAMBLER. I said 1-800-GAMBLER. I said you better call 1-800 Gambler. And now we are back to regularly scheduled programming. So, with that being the case, drop it in the comment section where you are tuning in from, so that way I can give that big boy shout out to start today's show. And of course, don't forget to hit the like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. I see you, baby. I see you. X-Con sus, man. You funny as heck. My man say, yo, Mozart with the golden voice. Let's get it. Yeah. Y'all see what we on, man. Micah, show us some love. You see, you know what I'm saying? Every once in a while, man, I dap into the vocal bags, you know what I mean? And show some of the skills. Chris Hobson say, yo, get most of America's Got Talent, man. Come on, man. Start me out, man. We're supposed to be shouting out, man. All right, let's get focused, ladies and gents. We're supposed to be focused right now. You're supposed to be dropping where you're tuning in from, okay? Not admiring the vocal skills that I have, the range. You said, man, if you can't have fun, man, what are we doing? Right? What up, Jamal McCullum, all the way to 254, Colleen, Texas. And he says, how can I buy your jersey, bro? No, salute to you first off before even wanting to get my jersey, man. But the second thing, and the easiest way to do it is when you go to the Steelers website or the Steelers Pro Shop or NFL.com, like the NFL shop.com, they allow you to do the custom. All you do is when you put it up there, put my 5-5, put my last name up there, and yeah, they usually send an alert like, hey man, everything good? Like, yep, check, everything's good. And then from there, yeah, that's how it works, man. So super simple, just like that, man. Yeah, and that's honestly around the league, man. Unless you're, you know, one of the like guy, you know, the TJs, the Cavs, the Rodgers, the Metcalfs, unless you one of them type of, yeah, that's the case, man. Yep. Let's go hit that custom, man. Put the name up there, jersey. They send us all a little, hey, it's good to go. And it's green lit and everything's good, man. All right. So that's the vibe with that. But like I said, I do appreciate the love, man. Let's see who else we got in the building, though, man. We got the homie Rod Dallas, always in the 330, Youngstown, Ohio. Mr. Sheriff Line. You already know what it is. And what up, Mike Hood in the 614, Columbus. by way of the 503 area PA. Let's get it. Let's get it. And then, of course, I shouted out Jamal, who's in the Killeen, Texas area. So you know I got to spend the block on Leo Warren, who's also in Killeen, Texas. Shout out to the 254, baby. Let's get it. Let's get it. X Concepts trying to stir up the pot today. He trying to get y'all riled up talking about 724 Claridge, PA. I thought 4 yards per carry was easy. What happened to all that? Or what happened to what happened to that? That's a good question. All love though. Hey, look. You know how I feel about it, all right? And you know we go talk about it. We go talk about it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. X Concepts. But yeah. But what up to Wendy Johnson in the 562 Long Beach, California? She says, good afternoon to us. No, good afternoon to you. All right. Good afternoon to you, Wendy. Because you always here when we stream it. You always showing love, Wendy. So I appreciate you. Okay. She says it wasn't pretty, but it is a Victory Monday. Victory. Hey. I was over here bumping the new Cardi B album. I'm like, yo, I got the Cardi B sophomore drop. Am I the drama? I got the Steelers taking care of business. You know my week started good because on Thursday, you know the other squad took care of what they needed to do. So I'm over here feeling great. I was like, yo, it ain't got everyone all the way pretty, no, but it's still a victory. Hey. I'm sorry. I don't get tired of celebrating the dubs, man. I feel like, man, in life, in just general life, it'd be hard to just come up with wins all the time, man. You know how life be lifing at times. You be like, bro, can I just get a win? Let me just make my bed. All right, I'm gonna make my bed today. That's gonna be the win that I just give me a win. Okay. So yeah, forgive me. I'm not as cool as everybody else, man. I celebrate victories. All right. I get excited when we are on the victory, the winning side, because yeah, you know how life can get, man. Life will have you on that other side for a while. You be questioned like, bro, am I nice or do I suck? What's happening right now? All right. So yeah, when you get a dub, you better take the dub, appreciate the dub, because you never know when the next dub may show up. No different than when we're talking about Steelers playoff success, right? Hey man, it was at one point in time that was such a foregone conclusion. You just took it for granted. Now the next time the Steelers win a playoff game, we're gonna all lose our mind. Oh my God. Oh, we did it. You feel me? Until the next one. You know how it go. But heck yeah, man. Heck yeah, Victory Monday. So shout out to you, Wendy. Shout out. Alrighty. Let's see who else we got in the building in the 502. Of course, we got the homie Michael Starks in the building. Always appreciate you. And I do see you, Tyrone, as well, showing love for the Victory Monday vibes. Yes. All right. And let's see. Is there anybody? Oh, there we go. Shout out to David Decker. You had the soccer tournament this weekend, right? The 585 Rochester, New York. He says, Moats, happy Monday. Muscles are a little sore from Saturday. Yo, we need a recap. How did you do? Did you win? Did your squad win? You said you had the soccer tournament. I remember that now. I remember. I'm in tune. All right, I'm locked in. We need an update though, okay? Don't leave us on this little cliffhanger like that. I want the cliffhanger. I want to know, did you win too? Because I had a good little weekend. I stacked some W's this weekend, all right? Like I said, I got a chance to play a little, a little golf at the crib. The installation got installed. I'm still taking a big L with this grass right now. I've been trying to grow grass for since we moved into the new spot. We had it for a little bit. It got ruined. We had to redo it. And I'm out that joint every day like Farmer John. All right. I got 30 different sprinklers going. Yeah. All by hand. I'll be over here like, bro, why are we doing this? You should put the irrigation system in. But I was like, no, this is more cost efficient. And every day I'm just like, bro, one of these days, grass will come. And we ain't had rain in 2 weeks. I have never asked for rain this much in my life. I'm like, bro, can I just get a drop of rain? Just a singular drop of rain, pretty please. But I digress. But yeah, man, let me see, man. Let's say we're going to wait on you, David. Now, I need a little update, okay? Like I said, man, I'm going to wait on you. Give me the update when you get it in, okay? Let's see. And Tyrone Keaton also says, yo, we got the dub. That's all that matters. Got to clean up the third and longs, and offense got to be finishing drives. No, I'm with you on that, man. And you know what? We're going to get this thing rolling. We are going to get this thing rolling. Yeah, I was trying to wait on my man. I was trying to wait to see if he was going to get me right, but, I get it, man. He busy right now. He busy. He working. He on his grind. So all good. But let's tap in, man. Because I'm ready to talk, man. I'm ready to get it off, man. We got to talk some game recap. So you know the drill. Hit the like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. And I'm going to try something a little bit different today as well, because the theme of this portion of the show is, are we good or not? Okay. Are we good or not? I just put in the poll. Okay. I ain't even really warm it up all the way. I just kind of threw it in there cold turkey, but it is what it is. Okay. I need to know though. I need to know. Are we good or not? Okay. So that's going to be the poll that we're going to have running throughout today's show. And at the end of it, we're going to find out what number or how we feel as a collective. Okay. Oh, and shout out to David Decker. You did follow up. He says 1-1 pairing game. Okay. I'm just gonna put you on the screen, man. Says 1-1 in pairing games. Our bracket had 3 teams, and our first game in our bracket, we won and lost our final game in penalty kicks. I made one look home second. Okay. I like it. 1-1, had opportunity, penalty kicks. It happens. But I like the effort though, man. So shout out to you, David. Shout out to you, man. Let's get it. But now with that being the case, man, let's go, man. Let's reset this thing, man, and let's talk about it. Are we good or not? Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's get it going, because we're sitting here, right? We obviously win 21-14. That's a good thing, right? We like that. That's all we said. It's Victory Monday. Your boy even broke out the apple juice. That's how you know I was happy, all right? Victory Monday, you drink apple juice. But at the same time, it's like, man, should we have looked better? That's a legitimate question. Legitimate as heck, man. But then the other side, I'm like, okay. As I look up, I'm like, we're 2-1. Through 3 games. AFC, how we feeling when we look at the other teams and how they are right now? And that's why I'm like, okay, are we good or not? Because there are parts where I'm like, okay, for a defense to create 5 turnovers in a NFL game, right? Not a JV game, not a college game, not a preseason game, a regular season NFL game. 5 turnovers. And I love it when we say, oh, it was lucky. Hey, man, I don't care how you want to describe it. 5 turnovers are 5 turnovers in the National Football League. I don't know what type of luck that is, okay? Especially when I'm watching the Cole Holcombs, the Cam Haywards, the Jabril Peppers of the world actually forcing these fumbles. Yeah, so I'm like, okay, are we good or not? Then I look at, the defense as a whole. I'm like, man, certain things in terms of the pressure package, right? Our ability to get after the quarterback this game, the depth that we have in terms of available rushers, right? The emergence of Nick Herbig. We talk about Cam Hayward. How about the fresh look of new young legs, Derek Harmon, right? I see that and I'm like, okay, I feel like good. But then it's times where I'm looking at, our third and very long defensive coverage that we will implement at times, and we'll see some of the success that offenses have against it. And it's like, okay, is that not good? I don't feel like that's good right there. I don't know if I like that all the way. Offensively, once again, now how many? This is what 2-3 weeks now where we've scored on our opening drive. I'm old enough to remember when that was like a foreign concept. We didn't even anticipate scoring on the opening drive, and we knew we were going to get scored on in terms of defense opening drive, right? It's like, yo, we came out the gate scoring 14 back to back. I'm like, okay, that part is good. It's good, right? You score 14 points off the rip, man, that's good. It's real good. 21 points in the game is good, right? Going 3 for 3 in the red zone for touchdowns, good. Then we look at this Reddit total. We like, yo, we had a 100-yard rusher, and it didn't go 3 weeks. Hey, yo, our leader rusher getting outrushed by their quarterback. Hold on, bro. This is crazy. This is chaotic. How is this happening right now, man? This is not the first time either. Like, whoa, brother, whoa. So I'm like, are we good or not, right? And even with our offensive line yesterday, shout out to the O-line, man. Shout out to the guys up front. I like the big uglies, man. Actually, they're not big uglies. I like the big sexies up front, man. I put some respect on them big fellas up there, man. But no sacks allowed. That's good. I'm like, Aaron Rodgers he got hit a couple times. I'm like, God dog. Or more importantly, when we talk about, the run game and O-line moving people, winning the grass, I'm just like, yo, that doesn't feel good. So I am literally torn. I'm back and forth on, do you lean into the optimism? Because me as a natural person, I default to the positive. I default to what can go right versus looking for always what isn't enough or where somebody or something is coming up short. And I think that that's always the cool, uh just duality of people, right? Optimist versus pessimist. But we would all agree that it's somewhere in the middle where the truth lies. And I think that that's the cool part as we continue on the storyline. And we go about it a couple of ways, right? Whether it's watching film, the eyeball test, talking with others, listening to people that have done it, right? All these other things that we utilize to kind of just understand what's happening. And then when we understand it, that gives us the ability to say, okay, this person is doing well, highlight that. That person is not doing well. Why is that? And is it something where you move on from that person or not? So all of these things are cool, but once again, I'm just like, are we good or not? Because talent-wise, offensively, we would say that we do have some talent, right? Aaron Rodgers, talented. DK Metcalf, talented. Mount Washington, the red zone, Shaquille O'Neal. Talent, right? We know Moats and Jonnu Smith, second contract guys, talented. Jonnu Smith, first time Pro Bowl a year ago, talented. We're seeing Calvin Austin show flashes, right? We know he's blazing speed, right? Can't make big plays, which he's been doing. Talented. But when we look at the lull that we had between the second and third quarter, specifically yesterday, that had a lot of us reverting back to the, oh my God, what is happening here? Do we suck? Why can't we sustain a drive? We're creating turnovers, but why aren't we finding any production off of these turnovers? To me, man, I think it's multiple things. When we first get to the offensive line part of it, they, as we said, and as we all knew coming into this thing, they were going to take time to gel, right? In terms of run blocking and pass blocking, just that continuity. We've heard about the guys that have done it before, the Ramon Fosters, the Trey Essex of the world, right? Where they talk about how, yeah, man, you need time together to just develop, to gel. So part of me says, okay, we're getting that. These are some of the growing pains. So when I see, us do well in certain elements, but then we struggle in certain elements, it's like, okay, this is a part of growing pains. It's not linear progression. And it's still progression. But what I mean by non-linear is, hey, man, Broderick, for example, right? We'll see some situations where he's pass blocking and we're like, yo, we feel really good about this, man. And then other times where it's like, okay, is this maybe a matchup issue here? And it's like, okay, we don't feel as confident. Interior offensive line, when we're watching them run block, sometimes, man, they're climbing to the second level. They're moving people out the way. We feel good about it. And then other times we're like, hey, bro, man, it's too many D tackles moving our interior three linemen back, right? And to the point where the pullers are getting picked off. Backs aren't having, the ability to just hit the line of scrimmage and go. They got to make a move before they make their, to get any type of positive action. I think of all of that, and that's the frustrating part because they are talented, but they're young. So that's part of that. When I look at our quarterback play, right, with Aaron Rodgers, and he said it yesterday, and I agreed with him. It's like, yo, you could have played way better, and he knows that, and he will play better. It's like, man, the Spillane pick, I'm like, bro, you ain't see him. You hit him right in the face. And that's just basic cover three, man. Nothing sexy about that. But sometimes, man, he's human. And I think that was what that was. But the beautiful thing with that is also you can see where you never feel out of it. And when it was time at the end of the game, it's like, man, we might have had doubts. And I don't speak for myself because I'm always the eternal optimist. As long as there's time on the clock, we got a chance, baby. So I know that I'm usually in the minority with that. But after watching Aaron Rodgers throw the touchdown pass to Calvin Austin, is that literally something that is so shocking? Nah, because you've seen Rodgers make plays in clutch moments for how many times throughout his career, whether we're talking the Hail Marys, right? But everything else, this dude has been one of those players time and time again. So seeing him out there, you're like, yo, you still feel a level of confidence. You still feel a level of belief. And that's the part where I'm like, okay, once again, I feel like we got talent. I feel like it's a good player. I feel good about him. But you can still see where we have the questions of, is what he's currently doing right now, right? As he just passed the to become fourth all-time career touchdown passes Brett Favre, right? Awesome. But do we feel like he's going to be able to even make it to week 10? He's going to be able to make it to the postseason because some of these shots be like, God dang, man. Granted, you got protected, but you still got hit. So those are legitimate things, man. Those legitimate things that we have to figure out. But to me, the other part that I will say is I see what we are trying to do. But once again, man, trying it and actually executing it to the level of success consistently are two different things. So yeah, we could talk about, man, why don't the offense try slants? Why don't they try quick game? Why don't they try this? And it's like, yeah, they try these things, but at the same time, there is that fine balance of trying new things to figure stuff out and doing what it takes to win the game. Trying what it is. Let me figure out some info, man. Let me see. All right, let me try to throw it to this guy. Let me see if that works. Let me try the deep pass here. All right, let me try to hit this over the middle. Just go here, right here. All right, it's like try, or what gives us the clearest path to victory. And we kind of in that limbo at times, man, because yeah, there are certain things that I see that I agree with you guys as fans where it's like, yeah, I would love to see more of this, or I would love for you guys to come out and have a clear identity. Yeah, we're a smash mouth team, or have a clear identity, man. We're going to spread you guys up, man. We're going to use our big tight ends, but we're going to play pass out of that and really weaponize it. We see glimpses of all of that, but no consistency in any of it. And that's why over these first 3 games, 1 week it's like, yo, offensively, man, we exploded. Then it's like, all right, I kind of think we nice. And then you get this game where it's like, man, if I would have asked us how we felt about the offense after the first 2 series, we better put 30 at the day. It's a 40 bug today. We on the day. But then by the time the fourth quarter hit, we over here like, all right, bro, who's the coordinator again? I've seen this one before. Is this ain't the foreigner, is it? This ain't, you know what I mean? It's old maple syrup. No, I know it ain't that one. But those are some of the legitimate things that had us, feeling that way. And rightfully so, man. Rightfully so. But the one thing that I will say that I kind of hang my hat on, or the thing that I find not even comfort in, is just the belief in, is that you could win an ugly game. Some teams can only win pretty. Some teams can only win when the variables are in their favor. Everything goes perfect. Others, it's like, yo, can you win when it's ugly, when it's not going good, when you guys aren't in a rhythm, when, man, it was clicking and now it's not clicking? Can y'all still figure it out? When, hey, man, you've had all these opportunities to expand the lead, to blow this team out. But you know what? Here we go. We're in the end of it, man. And it's time. Can you still make the plays that you need to make? Or do we just already pack it in and be like, hey, man, because we ain't take advantage of it earlier, we ain't even about to do this, man. Just y'all win. No, that's the beautiful part. That's the part that makes me optimistic, because it's like, yeah, if you can win when it's not going right, it's easy once it starts going right. 3 games, you're 2-1, and we haven't had a 100-yard rusher yet, right? That's once that gets picked up, yeah, we'll feel a lot better about our situation. Heck, it's 3 games in, we'd have had 3, well, not individual 100-yard rushes, but 3 teams to rush over 100 yards on us, right? Just imagine when that starts going down. That starts going the other way. It's like, once again, it's like you win it with the nonsense. You win it with, hey, man, 3rd and long defense gets real vanilla, man. Jeez. And we still find ways to get up out there with that. We win the games where it's like, all right, man, we don't really have a consistent running game. We don't have the back we're just handing it off to. It's like, even with Jaylen Warren, I thought Jaylen Warren, man, played well, right? He runs extremely hard, man. His ability to knife through the interior part of that O-line, make some dudes miss, special. His ability to catch out that backfield, special. But we still feel very much one-dimensional, and that, to me, is largely why our offense as a whole goes through those lulls. First 15 plays or early in the game, that's literally the chess match of, man, did I watch enough on you to come up with the perfect plan for what I know you like to do? And Arthur Smith has shown that, yeah, he can do that well. With Aaron Rodgers and company, man, he's been doing that well. But after that, when the adjustment happens, and this is the part that We also have to tip our cap to Mike Vrabel. I know people don't like to acknowledge competition and players making plays on the other side of the ball, right? Or the other team making plays or being good players. But the same way we were loving Jabril Peppers, right? 40 running around with the Mega Man hat, right? All the plays he was making out there. Remember, he once was employed by who? That same Patriots team. They got good players, man. Harold Landry, good player, right? They got pieces over there. Robert Spillane used to play for us. Good player. So we see some of that, and it's like they made adjustments. But the thing to me is this: when the adjustments are made, the disconnect to me is now when it becomes that second and third quarter of, do we just got the guys that are better than them, right? Can you be the butt kicker now that they've adjusted to what we're trying to do? Can you be the guy that says, you know what, bump that, man, I'm still going to block you, I'm still a people mover? I don't feel like we consistently have had that, and that is why our running game hasn't looked good. You look at some of the runs we try to run on the interior part, A gap, B gap, where do you have a running lane consistently? Might be one play where it's like, okay, these guys made the block, but then you go to the next time they try to run those same plays, and it's like, okay, he got whooped. All right, you do it again. All right, that guy got whooped, and so forth and so forth. So that's why you get a lot of these, what I like to call finesse style runs, the perimeter, right? The flip at 9 to Kenneth Gainwell, shout out to the touchdown on that, right? Or you get the quick screen passes, the DK Metcalf on the perimeter. You'll get the swing route from Jaylen Warren, and he's trying to hit him while he's catching it and running. Jonnu Smith also. Those are substitute run plays. They're just trying to get, man, 3 to 4 positive yards, man, keep the sticks or keep the ball moving in the right direction, keep us on schedule for second and third and manageable. That's what they're hunting. But that is all because they can't run the ball A, B gap. So when you can't go A to B gap, you have to try to attack perimeters. But now what happens is it becomes very lateral, quick game, short attack, which then becomes super conservative, play close to the vest, don't want to make a mistake. And now we get that second to third quarter lull where you're just like, bro, this isn't that. Whereas typically that's when you would say, man, yo, let's run this football right now, right? Let's A gap, B gap. This is the Najee, the Connor, right? We're going to talk about them dudes, man, because obviously we saw that over the weekend. We're going to holler at that. That's woof. But that's, you know, the guys that you're traditionally going to. Caleb Johnson is who we drafted, who we think will develop into a version of that. But right now, he has to work his way into that level of confidence with the organization for them to even give him a chance to see if he can do that. So that's the stuff where our offense, I still am frustrated with that, but this still boils back down to you have to let that O-line gel. You have to give that O-line time to get it together, time to grow up, and they're going to have those growing pains, but we invested in them. 2 first rounders, a second rounder, a third rounder, or excuse me, a second rounder, a fourth rounder, and a higher end pedigree free agent. That stuff matters, right? We can talk about, and one of the things I will say that in terms of Arthur Smith, if we're going to say, man, how could he improve it? I look from a schematic standpoint of, okay, if we're going to use Darnell, we're going to use our 3 tight end sets. We would all agree of the 3 tight end sets, only 1 tight end is really a blocker, right? Darnell Washington. We said fire move, Jonnu Smith for more getting your way, but not really where you want to run behind them. Connor, we like his ability to lead block, right, from that fullback or motioning in role. But we do say that, hey, that kind of tips your hand a little bit just because they don't view him the same way from a receiving threat standpoint as they may do Pat Frymouth for Jonnu Smith. So with that, it's kind of this like conundrum of, okay, you tip your hand, but you got better personnel. And one of my examples when I was watching this game, I'm like, we have the perfect run play called. Everything looks good. I want to say it was Gainwell going to the right side. Offense is right, and he's about to bounce his thing, and it should hit for about 20 piece, right? Everybody is in place to block. Everything looked good. And then I'm like, oh, where did this guy at the last second come from to make this tackle for it to be a 1-yard gain? What did I miss? And everything was perfect, but personnel-wise, it didn't match. You have Calvin Austin trying to block the safety. And it's like, yo, I like the design of the play. I like the disguise of it because you got this perfect scenario of big with your speed guy, but the speed guy trying to block this dude and ultimately loses that. And I'm looking at Calvin like, bro, you fought, but that was an L. It was a losing matchup for you, man. Regardless, like dude was bigger. You know what I mean? That's the part where I'm torn between disguise versus, man, be blatant with it, but can they stop it? Right? Because to me, that's the name of the game at this level at times. And defensively, you run to the same things. Hey, do you want to be vanilla, but you know how you're going to attack and you can play fast and let the chips fall where they may? Or do you want to try to overwhelm, try to confuse, and try to be super exotic, but you're going to have, not as much in-depth understanding. So you run the risk of having more blown assignments. Is pros and cons to both approaches, but as you can see, the approach that we're taking right now is leaving us desiring more. And I think that that's the part that we just got to figure that thing out, man. And Arthur Smith and company, man, I got to figure that out ASAP, though, because we do know, man, the teams aren't going to always operate with that level of negligence as pertains to ball security, man. We also know that you're not going to be able to consistently win the turnover battle by that much, but not cash in on, not even touchdowns, just scoring, right? 5 times. It's like, we need to score more points off of that and still be able to sustain that level of success. But at the same time, I'm like, we can only control what we control right now, man. So in terms of Minnesota, I'm like, they're not going to turn the ball over. I don't see why we would think that they don't turn the ball over. We force turnovers. So there are certain things that we can't hang our hat on, but there are other things where it's like, we do have to get this fixed and figured out, man, because we know as the season progresses what that looks like, man, down the line, especially when you're talking postseason. But that's why I'm just over here torn, like, bro, are we good or nah? Let me go back and look real quick at the poll that we do have in here. Like I said, man, I'm gonna have the poll in long all day today, okay? All day. I want the poll in. All right. And I just want to see, man. I just want to see, because I know some of y'all gonna come on for 20 minutes, 5 minutes. Some of y'all be on for the whole thing. But either way, we need to find out. And right now, it is looking like okay. So far, we 71% on the good part. Okay. So let's see how it goes as we continue on, man. But like I said, don't forget to participate on the said poll. Have a little fun with it, all right? Let me know if it's good or not. Okay, I need to know, because I feel like it's good. But then I'm like, nah. But then I'm like, yeah. Because once again, hey, man, how many people are like, yo, man, we're only good because of Boz? It's like, yo, he's on the team, right? It's good. Each of those Boz, that's good. I want him on the team. I'm glad. Hey, man, we're only good because of Rodgers. We play as much, right? Oh, it's good. That's a good thing. I like that. It's good. So certain things I'm like, yo, these are good. These are good. Nick Herbig, how about him? Good, right? TJ Watt, Cam Hayward, heck of a game from the gang yesterday. Felt good to see the money guys doing what they supposed to be doing out there. Shoo. I was looking at that pass rush. I'm like, I've been wanting this hostile environment. I have been clamoring for the hostile environment. And I finally got it, man. 5 sacks, 8 QB hits, a ton of pressures from this defense yesterday. And we also saw that was one of the reasons why we were able to get out of that stadium. Not just the forced fumbles versus the running backs, but also Herbig at the end, the big strip sack on Derek May. Or excuse me, Drake May, excuse me on that one, man. Like, that's what you want to see. Heck, the pass rushers look good. I was just happy also that my LBs inside, right? My outside guys did their thing, but the inside guys were also productive. I know we like to only focus on, hey, man, Hunter Henry, look what he did. It's like, cool. Did you look at what Patrick Queen, what Cole Holcomb, and what Peyton Wilson accounted for production? Yeah, dudes were everywhere. Did you look at them versus the run? Dudes were everywhere. Heck, even some of the catches, not the zone catches, but some of the man catches when Hunter Henry was making, it's like, yo, this is sticky coverage. This is good coverage, man. LBs showed up, man. LBs did their thing. I love what I saw from the front seven. I was over here like, bro, say, man, we could complain about stuff, but I ain't finna go for that one with them. I'm like, man, we talked about Terrell Austin doesn't make adjustments. Terrell Austin, this, that, and that, and the third. It's like, man, first adjustment we saw, we got impact from Cole Holcomb. Hey, we said last week Peyton Wilson struggled versus what? The physical, full back. We all saw the play where he kind of got the short end of the stick. And we said, man, who are we going to implement to help us be physical in attack versus the run? Well, in the years past, it was a Landon Roberts, right? No Landon Roberts. Malik Harrison is down. Cole Holcomb, 5'5", brother, right? Look good. Playmaking, man. Forced fumbles, ton of tackles, was second on the team in tackles. Think about that, man. But who makes that decision? That's your boss, man. That's Terrell Austin. I know we only want to highlight the negatives, and we do a great job of that. But make sure that you also look at the other side as well. If you're going to be loud about the negative, be loud about the positive, man. Those type of decisions aren't easy to make. We also saw an uptick in run defense because of what else? Who else was out there for the first time this season? Derek Harmon. Is it a surprise that the run defense looked better? Is it a surprise that our pass rush looked better? No. We said, yo, that's the first rounder for a reason. That would be like comparing our pass rush and we don't have our TJ Watt out there. You're like, bro, we drafted that dude for a reason. He's supposed to be our guy for a reason. Hey, what's the D-line like without Cam? He was like, yo, I don't care what it looks like without him. I want to know what it looks like with him because that's what we paid him to keep him, to have him out there. Derek Harmon being out there, man, you saw production from him. These are the pieces that we've been saying, yo, we just need to be healthy. Shoot, I was even loving Jabril Peppers flying around, flashing around. Once again, when we're talking about coaching, when we're talking about the scheme of it, to implement new players on a moving train, right? Because we already in the heart of the season, we're rolling. It's like, man, how do you simplify certain things without being too vanilla? So when we complain about, well, hey, man, why is this? That was too soft for coverage. It's like, no, what we're trying to do is get 40 on that field. You're not going to get too excited with the new player in the secondary. So you're going to see, hey, man, so cover one, cover three, eyes on the quarterback. Like we did when Eric Rowe was starting for us in that playoff game we signed. Was like, yo, Eric Rowe came out of nowhere and was making plays. Why? Because you dumbed it down a little bit. Dumb it down sometimes for them dudes, man. But you saw how it worked. Small menu, big understanding. Once again, though, you have to be flexible. You have to understand who you're working with and how to get those dudes out there and put them in the best position. I thought we did that. Still wasn't perfect. And part of that was due to Drake May. I thought Drake May played like Drake May. Sometimes you look at Drake, you're like, hey, bro, you nice. I see why you was drafted in the first round. You nice. And the other times you're looking at Drake, man, you like, bro, I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. But that's Drake May, a young player in this league, man. You can see some of the success that he's going to have, but at the same time, you can see some of the growing pains that he has to go through. But that was some of the things where I'm just like, yo, how do we combat this, man? I felt like as a whole, though, we did do what we needed to do in terms of creating those turnovers. Those weren't fluky to me. Like when I think of fluky, I'm just like, I don't even know how to describe. Fluky is like a muff punt. You know what I mean? Fluky is like, man, the ball, the Julian Edelman Super Bowl catch. That was fluky to me. Where it's like, bro, how the heck you do that, bro? That don't even sound real. Like if I did this 10 times, how many times you gonna do that? Whereas we know if you punch that football, that ball coming out. TJ Watt has done it. We call it the Tillman punch, right? Because Peanut Tillman, he starved doing it. Everybody knows now, hey, man, you punch at the ball. Heck, Rodgers Stevenson even talked about how, yeah, man, I've had this fumbling issue, man. I was practicing with weighted balls all offseason to try to help me with the fumbling issue. That to me isn't fluky. That to me is sustainable. And you look at the history of Steelers under Coach Tomlin, turnover battle, they win it. That's why they're so successful in these one-score games also. But we understand that, hey, man, not every team is the Patriots. And this is also where we say, man, glad it was the Patriots that we played this week there, man. You win the games that's in front of you, man. You find a way to get out of that stadium. And we can't lose sight of that part right there, man. All right. But like I said, man, definitely like what I saw from the LBs, though, man. Definitely like what I saw in terms of that pass rush as well, man. And like I said, guys are getting back healthy. Man. That's beautiful to see. But with that being the case, man, let me know in the comment section real quick, man. Who were your standout players, right? Because obviously we know how the game played out, but who were your standout players on offense and who are your standout players on defense? Drop it in the comment section. I want to talk about some of those guys to see who y'all thought of, man. Because like I said, I got some people on my list, man. When I talk Cole Holcomb, Jabril, obviously Herbig and company, right? I got a list of dudes that I thought played well, but I do want to see how, from your perspective, who you guys thought stood out. Shout out to X Concepts, man. Absolutely. Brandon Eccles, for sure, man. I thought he played really well, man. I like that. Michael G bringing up Calvin Austin III. respect on Calvin, man. You think about this too with Calvin. We talked about how we didn't feel confident or comfortable with our wide receiver 2 scenario, but this is twice now this season through these first 3 games where Calvin Austin has been a major contributor for us or makes an impact play in the game for us that has kind of tilted the scales in our favor, man. So shout out to Calvin Austin, man, for sure. Let's see. X Concepts brought up Derek Harmon. Yeah, I'm with you on that, man. Derek Harmon, like I said, first game out, thought he looked good. I thought he played with great effort. I have a film session, man. I'm gonna get something going on with him because, like I said, him versus the run, him versus the pass, and some of the things that he was showing. He looks like a dude that is going to be a major help for us, regardless of the draft grade when you came in. Just when you cut the tape on and you evaluate, it's like, yo, he did some impressive things throughout the game. And he was on a snap count. He said it himself, but you can watch and it's like, man, he's not tired and they're taking him out and not putting him back in. But they were being smart. You know, it's your first game. You don't know what to expect. Guy coming back from injury. So you want to protect them from themselves at times. But he was a very nice breath of fresh air. And I also feel like when they have that meeting and they pop that film on and Keanu Benton, YA Black, Louder Milk, we obviously know it's hurt and everything, but when them boys is in there sitting there and watching that tape with him, oh, they gonna feel that heat. Oh, for sure, they gonna feel that heat. Because I was like, if your name ain't Cam Hayward, yeah, you better be over here like, hey, bro. Better step it up. I better be more consistent because your boy look good. Your boy look good. Like, he look good. Double team, solo block, play recognition, effort, right into the football, arrive with bad intentions. Yeah, it wasn't perfect. He had a player too where I'm like, all right, rookie, young guy, I got you. But as a whole, yeah, he was really good to see him back out there, man. Shout out to AJ Martinez, man. You know I miss you too, man. Always good to see you, man. Appreciate the way you show love to the show. Says Jaylen Warren on offense. I would agree, man. And I like how they, even though they're not weaponizing it just yet, I like how they implement him with some of the passing stuff. But I want them to weaponize it. I'm talking Alvin Kamara, like with the Saints. I'm talking how Buffalo with James Cook. I'm like, I want to see you throw the football to the running back. Use the running back, man. Because Jaylen Warren catching out the backfield, that space one-on-one with an LB, that is a tough tackle. Even though it is a casual, just right here in the flat, man, one-on-one, 5. No, bro, that is a tough tackle. As a person who's been in that position, that is a tough play to make over and over and over. And Jaylen Warren for sure is one of those players I think we could be utilizing a lot more. Still King Nate also is rocking out with Jaylen Warren. AJ Martinez spins the block and he brings up Cam Hayward, the captain. Oh, my captain. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Cam Hayward, man, I understand his Steelers fan credit was down because of the training camp hold in. But you watch him when he's played every game this regular season, he has made plays, man. We talk about this pass game. We know obviously he tips the pass that Brandon Echols intercepts in the end zone, but he also gave you 6 tackles from the interior D lineman spot, sack, pass deflection, which we already talked about, and the QB hits. Like, dude is everywhere. And he is so stout. It's times where I get frustrated because I can tell which of our D linemen are giving up movement because they're next to Cam. And I'm like, Cam is so like far in the backfield in terms of getting his 1 yard, sitting down and reading and reacting. And then you look and it's like, yo, why is his help like 2 yards the opposite direction? Like, bro, fall down first, man. Don't keep giving up ground. Fall down. All right. But for sure, Cam, man, for sure. All right. John Rock also brings up Derek Harmon. Yeah, man. Them dudes looking good, man. Them dudes are for sure looking good. Absolutely. All right. Ooh, David Decker bringing up DK Metcalf, who big time touchdown catch in the game, but also big time defensive pass interference penalty that he drew at the end of the game to set up the go-ahead touchdown. I don't know if y'all had the angle that I had. I was looking like, bro, was that really a catchable pass? I didn't feel like it was, but sometimes, man, referee make a call in your favor. And you live with it, man. You don't apologize for that because we know how it goes with the referees, man. It's coin flips. Sometimes they show you love. Sometimes you like, hey, bro, why you got to do me so bad? Why you do me like that, man? I thought you cared about me, Mr. Ref. So that part I'm with you on. And Jack Sawyer, even though he hasn't necessarily stuffed the stat sheet, you feel his impact. You can see the pressure that he creates when he's been out there on defense. The thing that I was impressed with, and this is him and Peyton Wilson, watch them on kickoff coverage. Watch 33-41 on kickoff coverage, 28 and 15. That's Miles Killer and Skronik. But typically those four are always getting to the ball carrier, man. Like, and if they don't make the tackle, they are ending in the frame, right? And what I mean in the frame is when the TV, like when the play stops, if you pause the tape and you look to see, okay, who can I see just on the screen? You're for sure going to see Jack Sawyer. You're for sure going to see Peyton Wilson. You'll see Ben Skronik. You can see Miles Killebrew every kickoff. I'm just like, yo, these dudes are always there, man. So for sure, I see you with Jack Sawyer. I do like that, baby. For sure, for sure. All right. Oh, and let me not miss you guys. I do see a couple of supers that have come in as well. So I do appreciate each and every one of you guys for the super chat love. Let's get this first one. James Jeffers, shout out to you, man. Do appreciate you. He says, what happened to these kids? 1968 to now, 6 Super Bowls are still top. Only 2 Steelers quarterbacks own all 6 rings. Where did this privileged mind come from? That's a great question, man. I don't get too caught up into that. I like how Coach Tomlin has communicated it to me. We like our fans fat and sassy, baby. All right. So fat, happy, and sassy, man. So that is always, what we are trying to accomplish. And the way to accomplish that is by just winning consistently, man. Giving fans a reason to, beat their chest. And even if it isn't always warranted, it is what it is. But it does seem like you understand at least a certain level of how tough it is to make it to a Super Bowl, let alone win one. Heck, I'll always say, man, before we even talk postseason, just look at how tough it is to win games at this level. We act as if the no losing seasons thing that we throw out with Coach Tomlin as if it's tongue in cheek, something so mundane and routine. But the same way we talked about Najee Harris running that football, and it was like, yo, what he's doing, is it normal that, back to back 4 times 1,000-yard rusher with our offensive line and our specific offense? Yeah, that's not an easy thing to do. It's like, yo, you see it, right? And that's the thing where, to me, I just look at the basic of that part, man. Whenever you win a game in this league, man, you should feel good because this is one of the hardest leagues to win in. The parity is insane. James is bringing up the fact that, hey, man, from when the league started and when we started winning Super Bowls, we've only won 6 of them things, and we still sitting on 6. And nobody, New England just caught us outside of Brady. Nothing is in past 6, right? So that lets you understand that part. But at the same time, man, we know we're not making an excuse. You got to win, right? Got to win. Shout out to the homie DJ Lendy. Also, man, always appreciate you showing love. Says, yo, hey, Moats, do you think an early bye week is good for us this year? Excellent question. I am actually torn on the early bye because part of me says, yeah, when you look at some of the injuries that we've had this preseason, you talk about some of the guys that are still currently out right now, right? JPJ, Deshaun Elliott. We talked about Malik Harrison being out. I feel like I'm forgetting a player on offense. Who am I forgetting? I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. But as a whole, these are multiple key players that are out and have been out due to, some of their early season misfortune from a health standpoint. To me, yeah, the early bye helps you because it gives you a bonus week, right? We know playing in Ireland this week, you come off of that, man, extended time, great, right? And for some of those dudes, they might not even make the trip. So now you get almost an essential or extra 2 weeks of, recovery for those dudes. So that part, yeah, I like that because I'm going to get some of this help back on the earlier end. The negative is this, though, man, down the stretch when I need that, I know I got a break in week 10. Oh, I know I got a break in week 9, week 11, one breaks, right? That you lose. Now it's once you get back from Ireland, once you get off of that bye week, you got what till the cows come home. Okay, we'll be sitting at 4 games in. You do the math. That's a long haul. All right, and that's before you even get to the postseason. Just to finish out the 17 games, you like, bro, we got 13 in a row. It don't matter. Where's the Thursday night game at? Can I get a Thursday night in here? Right, that's what you start looking for. But as a whole, though, when you're a player, you honestly don't get caught up in that. You're so week to week with it. You don't even, especially, when you're here and you're really trying to like get it, man. We ain't worried about that. We worried about who do we got this week? Just show me who I have this week. I worry about resting in the offseason. Who do I have this week? What did I do right last week? What did I do wrong last week? And who do I got this week? All right, that's all I need to know. And from there, you go out there and play, man. Because if you get caught up in, where's the bye week? Who do we play out the bye week? Oh, is this team that we're about to play coming off of a bye? It's like, man, none of that is going to save you when you're on that football field. So why waste time thinking about that if that's not going to actually help you on the football field from a player side, right? But in terms of, what we're doing as consumers, even in my space from a media standpoint, yeah, man, of course we're going to look at that because we want to look at the big picture of it to make it make sense. Man, why this? And if we start to struggle down the stretch, is it justified because of the early bye? I mean, we could point to that as a factor, but we all know that's not going to matter. You better win. That's what matters the most at this level, man. Winning. And that's why, once again, you win 21-14. Yeah, it wasn't style points, but you don't apologize for winning. The name of the game is win the game. Because when we look around the league, we're going to see that not all teams, even that we think are good, are winning like that, man. At least throughout these first 3 games. And that's, some where we're at with this thing in terms of, because we're so close to it, we always feel like it's us. It's only us. But then when you look back, you're like, oh, hold on now, bro. We ain't tripping. We ain't that bad. We cool. So that's kind of where we are right now, man. That is kind of where we are. But, I do want to ask, though, man. I do want to ask you guys. X-Concepts, you are funny with that 4 yards per carry, man. Hey, look. X-Concepts woke up. He said, y'all got time for y'all. All right. Everybody that was so just taking our renegade for granted, taking the 4 yards per carry for granted. Oh, he got smoke for y'all today. All right. I like it, X-Concepts. I like your energy, baby. I like your energy. Oh, man. But yeah, baby. This is funny. But I did want to ask them, man, because I do see a lot of y'all bringing up Highsmith, man, and not just here, man. I've seen that, shoot, after Herbig had his performance, man, he's like, yo, should we trade her? Should we trade Highsmith, man? Should we trade Highsmith? I'm like, yo, is that the vibe? We ready to move on from him because of what Herbig has done, or do we still like the fact of having both of those dudes here this season, man, and knowing that, hey, if somebody isn't available, we can see right there how, next man up, stepping up. But then we also feel like, we also know that, when everybody's healthy now, where's the drop off, right? Everybody can get active. Everybody can go. So, y'all let me know, man. What's your energy on my man, Alex Highsmith? Is he the new trade bait? Is he the new trade candidate? Or are we liking our plethora of pass rushing talent? Okay. Because I have heard people say you can never have enough pass rushers. I have heard that, but I just don't know if that's like a pass rusher thing that we like to say. Even I'm like, coach, we don't need this many pass rushers. I want to get all the reps. Okay. I got some commentary coming in. Let's see. So my man M. Pennis says you got to trade Highsmith for a wide receiver too. Okay. Lifted One says the rotation at edge is good for us. So he wants to keep everything as is. Chris Hobson says, heck no. Highsmith is better against the run. Okay, I see perspective in this thing. Tyrone, I think you better call on Tyrone. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That was my jam. Shout out to Erica Badu, Miss Bag Lady, okay? But he says we should keep him. All right. Keep. Bust down, say, you got to pay Herbig though, man. We know we can't pay Herbig and Highsmith. So if you was gonna pay one got to get up on. So I see what direction you pointing in. All right. Mike Hood says you got to keep Alex Highsmith. He keeping Highsmith. Okay. Now Tom J said, look, bro, we could trade Highsmith for a second. All right. Low key, you might be right on that too in terms of the second. Because I was torn in terms of what that market would actually look like. But he still has, I want to say, a year still under contract, not including this season. And he's still on the right side of 30. You know, when you talk about age-wise. So there are certain things that, I do think he still would have a better return if you were trying to trade him. And I do think he has the better trade market between him and Herbig. Herbig is more exciting within Pittsburgh circles because we've seen him, but he hasn't broken out in terms of, league-wide just yet. Whereas Highsmith, when he did the 14.5 sacks, that put him on everybody's radar. When you double digit that thing at this level, it's like, bro, you're different. All right. We all rush the passer, but you got double digits. Yeah, you're one of them. So shout out to Highsmith, but that's one of the parts where you're like, and I think Herbig is for sure capable of that as well, but he just still has to actually go out there and do it. Once he puts together the full body of work, that changes everything in terms of his outside trade value, not in terms of the Steelers wanting to pay him. Those are two different conversations, right, for Herbig, but I like that right there. Okay. Let's see. Michael G, I'm with you. Alex put up 14.5 dolo. No help. Yeah, bro. That's a dog. Bro, I'm like, yo, I don't care which I'm like, yo, 14.5 of them things. It's 14.5 of them things, bro. Just look at the list. How many players have had 14.5 sacks a day? You know what I'm saying? In a single season, bro. Stupid, bro. Stupid. Oh, man. And David Decker says, man, you just gotta keep both, man. Okay. I can dig it. I can dig it. Oh, and I'll end it with this one right here, man. X-Concert says, man, Alex Highsmith put up 14.5 sacks without TJ Watt. That was the year TJ was out. Highsmith is very underrated. And I think, I honestly agree, man. I don't think there's a wrong stance to have with this. From my eyes, the reason why I'm anti-trading Highsmith is for a couple of reasons. Number one, because he's a jolly good fella. All right, shout out to the fact that I like Highsmith on and off the field. He's a good dude. I got good people as well, man. Pops, moms, like good dude, man. So I like him a lot, man, in that capacity. I think he's good for the locker room. I think he's good for leadership. I think he's good for, being the next in terms of how we view our defense and say, man, these are the guys that we can bank on for the next couple of years. I look at him as one of those players because I do think he's complete. And what I mean is, we talk about the 14.5 sacks. We know he can rush the passer, but I love watching Alex Highsmith versus the run. Watch him play against the run. When Highsmith is healthy, watch him versus the run. Watch how he routinely whoops up on tight ends. Watch that. Watch how he sets hard edges. That is beautiful. Now, the knock is he's been banged up, right? He, unfortunately, these past couple of seasons has been getting the soft tissue bug where you're like, bro, come on, man. I know you in shape. I know you train well. I look at your physique. I know you are ready to go. But he's had the growing, the hammy, the weird soft tissue stuff. And unfortunately, that has opened up the door for us to see Herbig. And at times see him in extended action as well. And that's the part that, it makes you look at Herbig and you get excited, and rightfully so, because Herbig, man, has for sure, made plays. He's for sure flashed, and he has given us the confidence that we can believe that this is what he is going to do on a routine basis because he has. And I think that that's important. But the flip side is with Herbig, younger player, not as good versus the run, still good versus the run, but just not on the same level of Highsmith versus the run. But you can make a case in terms of just skill for skill rushing the passer. Now, I know the numbers haven't reflected that just yet. And part of that is, we got to see with Herbig getting extended roles. While Highsmith is away, he runs his numbers up from a sack perspective. Can he get the double digits? What does that look like? But just in terms of when I watch how Herbig wins inside, outside, from the speed standpoint, I think he has the advantage there. But you watch Highsmith rush, man, his spin move, that powerful inside spin move, a la Dwight Freeney style, man, that's a platinum move. The same way James Harrison Debo had the rip, man, Highsmith got that spin move, baby. All right, it's platinum. It's dope. He done bust a ton of heads with that move there. But you can also see where he could beat you around the edge, man. And he has just a physical presence with him. So that's why I'm like, yo, I want to keep them both. I think you keep them both as long as you can. You won't be able to do this in a year from now because you're going to have to pay Herbig, and Herbig for sure is going to command money on the open market due to what you're seeing. Pass rushers are always at a premium, always. And the younger they are, the better, because you can keep them for longer, control them longer. But I do feel like, man, if we moved off of Highsmith this year, I still feel like it would be a little bit too soon. Now, some people from a business standpoint say that's when you're supposed to do it, right? You'd rather move off of them too soon before it's too late. And too late in this capacity isn't him falling off a cliff and becoming a bad player. Too late in this capacity is, yeah, man, now we have lost Herbig to free agency. That's, what we don't want to have happen. Now, with me, I'm always like, yeah, if you want to keep them both, you approach Herbig soon. You approach Herbig before the world knows. And you give him that deal, you put it on the table, and traditionally, they, that starving dog be like, yo, I'm gonna take that. And now you got him locked in for a little bit. You deal with the holdout in 2 years from now. That's typically how you do it. All right. But we'll see. We will see, man. But to me, I personally would not move off of Highsmith just yet. I do feel like, man, what he is bringing right now, that physicality when he is out there, and that's the other part, he has to get out there. We know he has to get back out there. But what he brings to me, that physicality versus the run, along with the proven double-digit sack season, it's hard for me to just move on from that for the promising young prospect. And I don't even say young prospect in terms of just young player, Nick Herbig, who we haven't seen put together that full Highsmith caliber season just yet. I think once I get that, then yeah, I think that's super easy. And that could be happening right now. If we look up by week 6 and we like, yo, Herbig, then he running these numbers up a little bit, different conversation. But right now, let me just see where he's at. For this season. And shout out to the internet. And if y'all digging what we on today, man, y'all hit that like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Alrighty. Because as it stands right now, both dudes sitting at 1 sack. Even I personally felt like Herbig, I felt like he done had way more. He just don't be getting no credit, man. But both got 1 sack. Herbig has 5 documented QB hits. Highsmith 3. Let's see if they're going to show me the pressures. Okay, and they have Herbig. Was this for 4 pressures? I think this is. Highsmith for 3. That doesn't seem right, though. Those numbers are off right there. I don't agree with that. But I'm like, both of these dudes are kind of equal right now in terms of their production thus far, man. So I'm like, yo, ride with them both, man. I'm like, ride with them both. Until somebody separates, in the sense of if Herbig separates, then yeah, man. All right. I think that answers itself in terms of moving on from Highsmith. But if we don't see a clear separation, and Highsmith is, once he returns, he's back healthy, and it's like, yo, he's still doing Highsmith things. I'm like, yo, you roll with that, because you're literally 1 injury away, or if anything happens weird with 90, I don't want to see what that looks like when it's like, okay, Herbig, when we didn't have TJ, Highsmith gave me 14.5. Herbig right now, can you put together that type of season? I think he's capable, but at the same time, I know that is a tough ask. A very tough ask for a young player, man, who's 3rd year in the league right now. So that's why I'm also just like, man, we're thinking of the long-term element, and we want to have the pass rush. You want to be able to get after quarterbacks. To me, I would much rather have too many of those dudes than not enough of them. So that's why I'm kind of, like I said, leaning towards, man, no go on the Highsmith trade bait. Can't do it, won't do it, can't do it. Don't want none of that, man. And like I said, he's a good guy. I like him a lot. So I'm torn. Okay. I'm torn because I like her big too. But I've just known Highsmith longer. All right. So I'm just like, yo, I can't move on from Highsmith. Like, at least not this year. We can figure out the offseason and offseason. Because I think it's a different conversation if at the end of the season, right, we keep both of these dudes and we're like, yo, Highsmith, man, he kept getting, nicked with the soft tissue stuff. He only ended up with about 5 sacks. Herbie came over here, had about 7.5, maybe even 10 of them things. But more importantly, the impact, the flash, the way that he just took over the pass rush, like we watched him in this Patriots game, then yeah, it answers itself. It answers itself, right? And from there, yeah, you go ahead and you ship Highsmith off in the offseason. You move on from there. You give Herbie the contract, and now you're happy. But I do feel like if you do it right now, it still feels a little bit more premature. So here we are. But shout out, man. Like I said, man, if y'all digging what I'm on today and what we are on today, hit the like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel, baby. Man, I like when we get in here and cut up for a little bit. And some housekeeping. Y'all should start noticing this going forward because I'm trying to be better over here. But I'm putting the timestamps in the live shows, all right, the live streams. So if you go back, you watch last live stream, man, and even earlier, the video that me and Mark did, I think it was like an hour 30, hour 40, something like that. In the descriptions, right? You'll see his timestamps. All right. So that way you can click to go exactly which part of the conversation you want to go to. Because obviously, we cut the clips and we'll put those up there as well for people to watch separately. But I do know, man, a lot of y'all still try to go back and rewatch some of this, maybe some parts that you missed. I want to clean it up for you, make it a little bit more simple. All right. So you do got that up there now. I just a quick little heads up. Also, my upper room members, shout out to y'all, man. You already know y'all got special access videos, man, exclusive behind the scenes of your boy, man, my day-to-day, life, what we got going on over here, man, some of the cool things that we're doing from a house standpoint as well, man. And I'm gonna just start giving y'all even more stuff, man. It's like, oh, we taking a trip this weekend. Y'all are gonna get some of that access, all right? Just because I like y'all. Shout out to the members, okay? But if you haven't joined the upper room, man, make sure I tap in on that, man, all right? Let's see. We also got film reviews in there, man, the full length versions. And like I said, you got some additional ones that will be coming up also for the members, man. So tap in. And tapping on all the other content that we have dropping. Like I said, man, me and Mark had a dope conversation earlier this morning. That dropped already, man. We were talking about the game, man, and our thoughts on it. So, like I said, man, definitely tap in. We got plenty. And then, of course, y'all know what tomorrow is. Y'all know what tomorrow is. Y'all know we got Tanisha in the building. All right. Y'all know we're gonna chop it up Tuesday style. Gotta have fun with it. All right. So shout out, man. That's been a blast, man. Ever since me and her started joint streaming, man, and doing the content that we have been doing. So y'all keep showing her channel love at really flawed football. All right. And like I said, man, we do a lot of collab work, man, and that's only going to continue since we are in the heart of it in the season. All right. But shout out to all of yins rocking out, baby. Yes, indeed. Alrighty, we have a couple supers that came in as well, man. So shout out to y'all. All right. I'm on the Brobarian now. Shout out to the Brobarian. Hey, and I like how you called into the show last week. I called you right back, and you ain't answered the call. But what was up with that, man? That's crazy. Then it wouldn't let you call me back. I felt like I didn't hear, and then it was like a voicemail just popped up. I'm like, yo, it's Barbarian, bro. So shout out to you, man. You always appreciate you and keep doing your thing too, baby. All right. Shout out, Mr. ODU in the house. But the Brobarian says, I like the leadership of Aaron Rodgers. I do as well. And I think it's a fresh change up too, man. Something that we haven't really experienced in a while or since Big Ben, if you're being completely frank about it. And what I mean is this: watching how Mitch Trubisky led, watching how Kenny Pickett led, watching Justin Fields and even Russell Wilson, how they led. All of those guys are nice. all of those guys, in terms of Mitch, Kenny, seem more of the reserved temperament. Russ feels more of the reserved temperament, not really loud, not really outspoken, right? Not that type. But when you look at Rodgers, you watch his passion, you watch how he addresses his players, looks them in their eyes, and demands excellence. He demands a certain thing from these guys, and he's not afraid to call them out, but he also addresses himself when he doesn't make a good play. We haven't had that type of leadership since Big Ben was here. But you can't have that type of leadership without having that type of leader, a guy that truly believes in himself and knows what he's capable of, but also feels confident being the guy out front because they're not worried about you saying anything about them because they know what their track record is. They're above reproach, but they're still humble enough to take criticism. They're still humble enough to take advice, but they know what their resume is. When Russ came here, Russ had a unique entry with the injury, right? Heck, Kenny Pickett was still here as QB1 when we first made the move for Russ. And it was, you're coming to compete. Different mindset. Hey, Justin Fields is here. Y'all coming to compete, right? Then it's, okay, Russ is hurt. Fields, you're our starter, but this is still Russ's team. But Russ, you can't really be the outspoken leader because you're hurt and in the background while Fields is playing well. And we're trying to figure out what that looks like. How the heck are either one of y'all going to be calling guys out consistently, right? How are either one of them going to be able to get in a guy's face like, yo, man, come here, bro. This ain't it. Rodgers is different. Rodgers shows up. It's like, yo, we know clear cut who the guy is. It's Rodgers. We already know that, man, he is not afraid to speak his mind. He is not afraid to point you out, call you out if you don't do what you're supposed to do either. And I think that that's refreshing because we haven't had that in a while. And it feels different when we're talking about leadership from the coaching perspective because Coach Simon is a heck of a leader, but he's still leading from a coaching role. We talking about the dudes on the field. When it's in between them white lines, your coach can't save you, baby. Your owner can't save you, baby. Your mommy, your daddy, your brother, your sister, your children, nobody can save you between these white lines. I'm on you. And that's the beautiful part when you look at a Rodgers because he got that mindset of like, hey, bro, I'm just as bad. In fact, I think I'm the baddest man out here. So when he is approaching, when he is walking with that confidence, that's why you heard me say earlier about, yo, man, in that fourth, when we got that final stop and it was like, all right, Rodgers, you got one chance. What's up? I'm over here like, would any of us blink if that was 7 getting the football in terms of Big Ben? No. So why the heck would I be tripping in this Rodgers getting that football? What? No, I know what this is. I know he's going to figure that out. Why? Because that's what Rodgers freaking does. So, yeah, that leadership, man, it is definitely a breath of fresh air. And I also like the fact that he's doing it the right way. He's doing it in the sense of within the framework of being respectful, within the framework of not belittling, not trying to embarrass the guys, but holding them accountable and holding himself accountable. I think there is a fine line with that, but Rodgers has, to me, shown that he is able to do this. He's shown that he is able to, put himself as the leader and walk in that role with confidence and with comfort and doesn't mind everything that comes with it. Because there's a lot that comes with being a leader, especially QB1 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. It is a lot. But you watch how he works, man. And even in these first 3 games, they haven't been smooth offensively. We've had some high moments. We've had some nasty moments. But you watch, Rodgers has been the most consistent of all those people, man. And to me, there isn't a surprise in terms of why we've been able to get out of some of these stadiums, specifically watching what he has done offensively. He has played well, really well, at a very high level, clean. The turnovers have popped up, and I think he was one of the ones like, yo, it's my first time having like back-to-back, picks like that. But it's like, yo, you still watch him play, and it's like, yeah, man, that's still one of the best quarterbacks in this league right now. When you watch him sling that football around, you watch his mind, you watch him move. It's like, yo, he looks good. Thank God. Looks good. Look good. So shout out to Rodgers though, man. I'm with you on that one, the Bro. Shout out to Aaron. All righty. Oh, we got another super there. All right, let me get to these others. Shout out to the homie Farron Bradford. It says, can you break down how Hunter Henry cooked us? I get playing the sticks, but they went after six in zone and man. I mean, I know Hunter Henry isn't supposed to be a good player to fans, but Hunter Henry is a good player. That's why the Patriots made the move to get him. I think it was 2 years ago, paid him a nice contract. Hunter Henry is a good player. In fact, Hunter Henry is more established than Peyton or than Pat Fryermuth and Jonnu Smith in terms of just that athletic, rangy tight end. So him cooking us, right? You say that like it's some like this, and it's like, nah, man, like Hunter Henry's a good player. I look and say, tackle the catch. He's gonna make his plays, man. He made his fair share of plays. Got the end zone and everything, man. Tackle him when you need to tackle him. But he is a good player, man. So whenever you're talking about Patrick Queen, Peyton Wilson, Cole Holcomb matching up with that type of guys, like, yeah, that's why those are the new toys that people like to implement. That rangy, athletic tight end, because that's what they can do. You got to find out ways to tackle them, get them onto the ground, which they did. But as a whole, man, Hunter Henry's a good player. So I get it. It's like, yeah, man, what do we do with Hunter? It's like, yo, just glad that every team don't have a Hunter Henry. You know what I mean? Like, you do enough to get up out of there. And for the Patriots, they felt that the best way to attack us was through their tight ends, because going to Booty or Diggs, that wasn't winning enough. We put Jalen Ramsey on Diggs after he made that third down catch on, I think it was James Pierre. And from there on, Diggs was quiet. You never heard anything else from Diggs, right? Booty. It was like, man, after my man Eccles had the penalty on him, it was like, okay, that's the guy they want to kind of go to, but that wasn't consistent enough. So the next best thing for them is, who's the guy that we actually paid? Who's the guy that has actually had success in this league? It's Hunter Henry. And Hunter Henry showed that, yo, if he is healthy, and that's always been the knock on Hunter, especially since he's been in New England, health. But if he is healthy, yeah, he can have success, man. He can match up or become a little bit of a match up issue. So to me, I'm just like, all right, he made the plays that he was supposed to make. But defensively, it's like, yo, tackle the catch. He caught in his zone, tackle the catch. Hey, man, if you're in man-to-man, which I saw the plays where Patrick Queen was in man-to-man with him, it's like, yo, you're catching this and he's right on you. Cool. Make the play. Just make a tackle. That's how it is sometimes, man, because I know we wanted to be, man, yeah, every team that isn't Steelers sucks. They don't have good players. We're washing them. But you heard me bring up Jabril Peppers, right? We saw from 40. 40 used to play for them just, a year ago, right? So they are going to have some players that are good players. Harold Landry, good player. Robert Spillane was with us for a while. We know Spillane, good player. So that's the thing to me where I'm just like, yeah, Hunter Henry, man, he had his plays, man. Shout out to Hunter. And that comes with who Hunter is. But I don't look at that as, an indictment per se on our LBs or their coverage ability, because some of these dudes in this league truly are like that, and Hunter can be like that when he's healthy. But that's the thing on him. How available is he? Because he'll play like we just saw, and then he'll miss 3 weeks after that with a hamstring, with a soft tissue. That's Hunter, so we'll see though, baby. We will see. I got a text from the guy. Let me see. Okay. All right, looks like the homie about to tap in. I likes that. But let me get to this second super real quick though, man. And I do appreciate you, Farron Bradford, from the heart as well. He says, would 41, Peyton Wilson as the green dot, change up pass coverage roles for him and 6? I'm just tired of our inside linebackers getting cooked in coverage and at the line of scrimmage, to be honest. I mean, I get the perception of that. I don't think actually, I personally know it's not, they get cooked every single time. That's not the case. But switching the green dot on Peyton versus Patrick Queen, the big issue is this: Peyton Wilson doesn't play 100% of the snaps. We said this week specifically 55 was out there, right? That means they rotating. So if green dot is on 41 and 41 is rotating out, everybody else is on hand signal communication, which just adds another challenge to the communication. So that's the reason why they're not going to put that green dot on Peyton Wilson and why it's going to stay on Patrick Queen. You're more so thinking about Buck linebacker versus Mac linebacker, or the strong side versus the weak side linebacker. That's more of that. We're matching up the way that we supposed to match up, though. It's just like you said, man. Hunter Henry. Point to the list of linebackers in this league who are blanketing Hunter Henry and man-to-man coverage. Point to them. It's not a long list of them. The same way it's not a long list of linebackers that are one-on-one coverage and Pat Frymouth if you are actually targeting him, right? Because that was the difference. We don't use our tight ends as weapon one or option one. We say, okay, that's DK. We're trying to, go opposite directions. With the Patriots, it got to the point where they say, yo, we're going to target the tight end every single time. Or that's what we're trying to find. Where's our tight end at? If we take that approach with Moof, if we take that approach with Jonnu Smith, we would also be like, yo, we're going to guard them dudes. But we don't take that approach for various reasons, right? Some of them I like, some of them kind of like, yo, I don't like that reason. I think we should target them more. But that's why those guys get paid what they get paid, because they're matchup nightmares. It's hard to deal with that size and athleticism with the speed. So now you're stuck in no man's land. Okay, yeah, put the corner on him. The corner will check him because he can guard a man-to-man until it's the Darnell Washington, I'm too big for you, right? All right, so let's try to put the safety on him. Okay, cool, I put the safety on him. Well, now who's checking my slot receiver? Because that's usually where the safety falls in line. So now my LB has to go out there on that slot. We don't want that. We know what that looks like. Which linebacker you want checking Stephon Diggs? I would much rather have Patrick Queen, Peyton Wilson, and Cole Holcomb on Hunter Henry than Stephon Diggs. So once again, you kind of have to pick your poison. And that's what you see. But at this level, you're going to give up something. Nobody is just going out here like, yeah, man, you don't have an answer for any of this. I got all this. Like, no, not at this level. Everybody has something. They got something. To take a little booty, you're going to have to give a little booty. Straight up, man. All right? They got something on them. So I'm with you, though, in terms of, yeah, we would want it to be sweeter or nicer, but dude, 6'5", 249, Rumbo 4'5". You dig me? And got the big boy catch radius. Like, it's like, bro, you had like my man 5'10" or something, bro. Shoot, I told this Patrick Queen, you feel me? Like, yo, hey, I'm just like, hey, man, some of these dudes are actual like some freaks, man. You ever seen that? You ever seen what that look like in person? I don't know if you seen it, bro. Like, I know you don't think he nice, but I'm like, hey, bro, he kind of decent, bro. You know what I mean? Kind of decent. Shout out to you, though, man. Shout out to them dudes, man. But like I said, you still want to be better as a whole, and that is still where we have to fall back to. It's not even the sense of, good versus not good. It's like, yo, when we're just talking the flow of the game, the statistics of the game, we're talking about in those critical moments, some of the possession, weightier situational downs. Yeah, you do want to find ways to get off the field. And it does frustrate us when we do feel like it's the same person that kind of pops up, right? In terms of Hunter Henry in this game. It's like, oh man, again. But we also kind of forget that we do the same thing to teams. Man, we can go back and hit the same person. It's like, oh man, yeah, it's Moot again. Yeah. Oh, it's Austin again. Oh, it's DK again. It's like, we got that also. So we have to understand that, yeah, sometimes teams are going to have that. But as a whole, do we do enough to get out of that stadium with a win? And that's what it always boils down to. Did you do enough? Because not every team is going to have a Hunter Henry the same way. Every team isn't going to have a Justin Fields the same way. Every team isn't going to have a Derrick Henry, right? So you pick your poison based on that matchup, and you do whatever you need to do that week to get out of that stadium. Alrighty. All right. Oh, and shout out to the homie, the Robarian. He says, Brother Moats, I called back, left a message. I know you left a message, man. I was like, yo, why you ain't this when I called you back? But it's all good. Next time, opening phone lines, I'm calling you up, all right? My man says, I called back, left messages. I left message. Next, Rodgers keeps the level of stress down during tough parts of the game. I love his calm in a storm. No, absolutely right, man. When you talk about Aaron Rodgers' ability to keep calm, to, what do you say? Relax. That is Rodgers. And that matters. When you have a calming voice at the head of the table, when you have a calming leader, your organization is going to reflect that because they follow the head of the ship. If the leadership is shaky, doesn't look like he knows how to speak, hold a meeting, right? Get your attention, make you respect him all the way. You look at the Miami situation. That's what it looks like. It's like, yo, to lead men, you got to really be like that. You ain't got to be a man, but you got to be like that. You got to be able to command the room. You got to be able to look dudes in their eyes. Coach Tomlin, think about this, man. Coach Tomlin ain't never played NFL football. He ain't even a dude that walk around whooping butt. Nah. But his ability to connect and demand respect when he speaks to you, that's the difference. That's why when we like, yo, he says this, like, yeah, man, y'all think he play a coach. Shoot, don't be feeling like that when he get to cutting up. Whatever, like, bro, coach, man, I thought you loved us, bro. Just don't feel like love right now, man. Feel like something different. Yeah. But that's what he brings. So when you look at Rodgers, this is very similar. It's super similar, man. When you talk about his belief, his ability to look you in your eye and tell you right versus wrong and tell you what he's doing right and what he's doing wrong, but never feel unsure of what he is saying. And that's all it is. When you talk about being a leader, man, it's just having that confidence, having that belief, and everybody follows suit. So the fact that we have that at the head of it, man, that's going to help us. And we already seen it help us through these first 3 games, but it's going to continue to help us down the stretch as well, man. Absolutely, absolutely. But we got to get us a Patrick Queen film session, man. I got to cut some tape up on Queen, man, because I went back, I watched him again this game because I was torn. I was like, man, I felt like some people was a little bit, it was like, yo, he sucks, man. Queen man's getting cooked. And I'm like, bro, I ain't felt like that. And I went back, watched that tape. I'm like, I get, if we only are gauging him on did a tight end catch the football versus you'll make a play, but I'm like, we really left out of yesterday's game feeling like 6 didn't play well. Like, whoa, I missed that because I thought he was one of our best players yesterday, man. The way that he was sideline to sideline. Did you watch this dude versus the run? Did you watch how he was attacking downhill? The TF, did you watch that? Did we see any of that? Heck, he made a play versus the screen. I'm like, he didn't make the play, but he made the play. It's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing it, but I'm like, bro, just to be everywhere. Whoa. I'm watching. I'm like, okay, you made it to that play. Dang. You got over to the side he made on that play. Dang. Oh, you shot that B gap and you tripped him up. I know Cam made the big tackle, but you made the play without making the play. Like, am I missing? I'm like, God, no. And then I look on the internet, and this one I don't be getting on the internet too much, but I'll pop it. I'm like, dang, man, they say Queen trash. They say Queen. I'm like, what? I'm like, hold on now. I know how to play LB. I've played LB. I'm very well versed in LB. Inside, outside. I know it. Andy Line play the ball. So I'm like, I know this spot. But yeah, man. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out, and I think this would be better because obviously I know what the expectation is when you actually are doing it from the internal part, but I don't always understand or know the expectation from the viewer standpoint. What is the expectation for a cover linebacker, right? I don't even want to call him a cover linebacker because he plays the run really well. So what would we say are the expectations for a Patrick Queen? Because when we throw out he was getting cooked, it's like, okay, well, could we like explain that a little bit more? Because I look at the plays that he does make in coverage, and it's like, well, that's not getting cooked. I'll look at the zone where he's sitting in zone on a hook and he's breaking on routes and is making this quarterback pump, or he's making this quarterback, have to put a little bit more air in effect. I'm like, that's not getting cooked. But then I'll see, okay, it was 4 times or it was 3 times or, or this guy caught these passes. And it's like, okay, well, did those 4 plays or those 3 plays outweigh the 10 tackles this week, the 12 tackles last week, the TFL? I think my man, he got to be one of the top dudes in the league in terms of tackles for loss right now in the league. Like, as an LB, this dude is downhill. I'm like, yo. So that's why I'm asking, like, what maybe I'm missing the specifics of it, but like specifically, what are the expectations for Patrick Queen at LB? I mean, Bust, now you brought up he should watch some Fred Warner tape. I think he looks like that at times, turns sideline to sideline. Difference is Fred Warner is the best of it, right? But once again, it's like, is it just Fred Warner? Is that what the standard is? Because we would also have to take into account, you look at what Fred Warner's getting paid, we ain't paying PQ anywhere near close to that either. You know what I mean? So I'm like what are we looking for here? You know what I mean? Help me understand it. Because I'm like, yo, I feel like I'm missing it, man. I definitely feel like I'm missing it, man. Okay. We just don't see enough splash from Quinn. I think that's fair. If we're talking the interceptions, for sure. I thought he forced that fumble. We look back, it was Cam Hayward at the goal line. So yeah, I'm with you there, man. Splash in the sense of, yeah, we want to see an interception, forced fumble. Bet. I'm with you on that. Definitely with you on that. This could be it. Jabal McCullough says, yo, they want PQ to be Superman or something. I don't get it. I'm with you. I'll be over here sometimes lost. I'm like, yo, maybe I'm tripping. And sometimes I be tripping. Sometimes I do be tripping. But I was like, I don't feel like I'm tripping. I know. I'm like, yo, I watch PQ. I'm like, this dude makes a lot of plays. Run game, man, just a lot of plays. Or the thing that I think gets overlooked at times is this. Somebody else would catch a receiver or tight end to catch the football against somebody else, right? And we're all like, oh, PQ made the tackle. We just don't even talk about who made the tackle. It's like, bro, you do know if this dude didn't sprint over here to make this tackle, this is about to be another 20 yards of running or maybe a touchdown. That'd be the other part. And I'm like, and then he come right back and have to play next snap. I'm like, we don't think that don't matter at all. That's trash. I'm like, bro, maybe I'm tripping. That's what I said. Maybe I'm tripping, man. But let's see. Tyrone says PQ my dog, but he got to do better in the pass is all I'm saying. I'm asking for specifics though. Like we all say he got to do better in the pass. I'm like, how many catches did he allow? Because if we saying work, because let's see, let me pull up Hunter Henry real quick. I just want to pull up Hunter specifically. Hunter had 8 catches. So if we say 4 of those were on PQ, and this is Hunter Henry who led them in, 8 catches, 90 yards, 2 touchdowns, right? On 11 targets. Think about what I just said too. 11 targets. The second most targeted person on their team was Ramondre Stevenson, the running back, with 3 targets. So 11 targets. He had 8 catches. That's the guy, right? Not even close in terms of defending. So I'm just asking. I'm like, 11 targets. Clearly, that's what they want to get the ball to, man. Maybe I'm missing it. Sheesh, maybe I'm missing it. All right, I feel like PQ doesn't wrap up. That's fair. And I will say that I would agree with that. That was even on his tape in Baltimore. You look up there, he missed tackles, he makes tackles. He is a volume player. And what I mean by that is think Allen Iverson on offense, right? Allen Iverson, man, gonna get 30, but he gonna shoot a lot, right? He gonna miss a lot, but he gonna make a lot. That's PQ. Heck, if PQ made every single tackle, PQ would average 20 tackles a game because he gets to the ball that much. But I think that that's the other side of it. It's like, yo, to look at the fact that he's missing it, which we would all agree you have to be better there. We all have to also acknowledge that, dude, to get in position to make that tackle that many times, that's telling me something. That's telling me this dude knows how to get to the ball. That's telling me this dude knows how to beat blocks. That's telling me this guy's athletic and rangy enough to get to wherever we need to get to. And now we got to get the finish better. And part of that is when you're a smaller linebacker like he is, yeah, tackling usually is the part where, yeah, the wrap-up part isn't always the most, it doesn't make you always feel the best because you're a smaller guy. So typically it's more shoulder, it's more let me run into you as fast as I can, and hopefully the knockdown, happens. But at this level, guys got great contact balance, so you can see where that does show up. So I do agree with you on that one, Bust Down. For sure, we want to see more of the wrapping up of the tackling. But yeah, I'm trying to get that going, man, because I swear I'll be over here just like, man, I don't know what we are expecting from Patrick Queen that he isn't already delivering. And that's why I was like, I wanted the specific part because I'm like, to just say coverage, none of our guys were targeted 11 times. So to defend a player that's getting the ball thrown to him 11 times, yeah, it's going to be a challenge, man, for sure. And that's part of why we get frustrated with our offense. Like, yo, what if we targeted Move 11 times? What if we targeted Jonnu Smith 11 times? Darnell Washington 11 times? Heck, what if we targeted DK Metcalf 11 times, right? Make them actually have to make the stop. Make them actually have to defend it. I feel like we letting teams off the hook because we won't just target it. Sometimes you just target it, man. Make them show they can stop it. Make them. That is a part of this though, man. But 11 targets to the next thing being 3. I'm like, man, yeah, I think PQ was doing his thing out there, bro. What? It's a linebacker right now, the corner, not cornerback 1. Cornerback 1, you might get targeted 11 times. Cornerback 2, you can get targeted 11 times. No, bro. No, we ain't doing all that, bro. We ain't doing all that. But shout out though. Shout out, man. All right. But let's talk a little bit around the league real quick, man. On the back end of this thing. Like I said, man, y'all hit that like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Because we do got an update, man, around the league, man. It was a little bit of an injury Sunday. Not the biggest fan of it either. Because we had a couple of our guys, former guys, go down, man. Pretty significant injuries. The nasty yucky kind, man. Obviously, Najee Harris with the torn Achilles. Definitely nasty season, done for the year. And then we obviously saw James Conner had that gruesome ankle injury, man. Done for the year. Both of them dudes, man. Wish them speedy recoveries, man. Sucks anytime, man, you see RBs or not even RBs, just players in general get hurt, man. And those type of injuries, man, I was literally sitting next to wifey. I'm like, babe, that right there be one of the biggest things that I never, ever want to experience. And one of my biggest fears when I was playing is like, yo, that lower body injury. Oh, I was like, yo, you take the concussion every time over that, man. Because it's just, it affects how you move. It affects your athleticism, man. And those injuries can be very tough to return from. Heck, we seen even with Aaron Rodgers, man. It didn't took him, a whole year and a half to get back to moving well. It was like, man, all the last year, first year back from the Achilles, you could just see. And a lot of players say the same thing. Was it Dante Jackson? He was here with us a year ago, man, came on for the interview. And he talked about how when he first recovered from his torn Achilles, that first year he really didn't have the burst that pop. So that's the part that definitely sucks for Najee. When you're talking about just him going forward, man, because RBs already get a bad rap in terms of why you don't pay them and what they can and can't do. But it's like, man, for a guy like him whose game is predicated on that power, but he's still an explosive, powerful back. It's like, man, that can really hurt, man, at this stage of his career. And then same with James Conner, man, another powerful, guy that can not just run you over, but can catch out the backfield as well, man. He's really just been the guy out there in Arizona, man, him and Kyler Murray. But, man, to see the injury that he had, I'm just like, wow, dude, that could be one of them bad ones, man. So, like I said, both of them dudes, man, we definitely hope that they can return, man, at some point, within the next year or two, man. But that's always tough, man, on those dudes. But around the league, though, man, in terms of what we were seeing this weekend, it was some good games. It was some good games going on, man. It was some good games. I do want to ask them, man, how y'all feeling about the Chiefs right now, man? Do y'all feel confident in the Chiefs, man? Because I just got to start with them because I was watching them last night, right? They had the sexy game, the prime time joint, Denver versus Russie. And I'm like, bro, I don't know. I know we supposed to be like scared of them. I know they supposed to be like the boogeyman and all this, but just like, yo, outside of Mahomes, what am I telling myself they nicer than us at? Yeah, I ain't really seeing that one. Maybe that's me. And that's why I'm like, yo, is it just the Mahomes part? Because I'm like, yo, they have Mahomes, and I'm with you on Mahomes, but I'm like, they O-line is they running game. They receivers, which one? Which way you worried to, like, you know what I mean? Like I just don't see it right now, man. I ain't gonna lie, I don't see it. I see Mahomes, but I don't see Chiefs just yet right now, man. Like, yo, or maybe I'm just tripping. Maybe, maybe I should have looked at that game versus the Giants with a different scope. I should be looking at them like, yo, they found a way to win. and they nice now. But I was just like, yo, I know this Giants team we got questions about. And I'm looking at them really have their way. So, we're going to see, man. We're going to see. But they can't protect. They for sure can't protect, and they don't seem to have the receivers that are winning in the manner that they are accustomed to. So, I don't know, man. We're going to see. But I did want to take a look around the league, though, real quick, man, just from a ranking standpoint, because you remember I got the poll still in. All right, the poll's been in for a while. It's been in for a long time today. Okay, and the poll simply says, are the Steelers good or nah? You vote good if you think they good, nah if you think nah. And a lot of y'all been on the poll today. All right, the poll been getting a lot of work, but it ain't tired. The poll been rested up for a while. I ain't broke the poll out in forever, so here y'all today. But 61, not 69, 61% of y'all do feel like the squad is good right now. All right. So I do like that. So let's see, as we keep the poll in, because I know some of y'all come on at the beginning. Some of y'all got in at the middle. Some of y'all now it's the back end. All right. So we're going to find out which side we are on after 3 games thus far. All right. Oh, but before I do get, actually, no, I already got that thing. Yeah. So let me look real quick, man, as I pull up just where we are in the AFC. We obviously know in the AFC North, we're currently, sitting behind of all teams, the Bengals, but that's because the Ravens play tonight, right? They have the Monday night game versus the Lions. So, of course, we're going to be tapping in, watching them, see what that looks like. But right now, Bengals 2-1. They dropped the game this weekend. Vikings got after them, right? But we also know this is the game with Jake Brown is starting, and that's who's going to be their starter for the duration until Burrow comes back. So we sitting at 2-1. Browns obviously 1-2. We'll see what Baltimore does tonight. AFC South, interesting enough. Colts sitting at 3-0. Indiana Jones, shout out to him if you believe him. Okay. Jacksonville 2-1. But then you got Texans sitting at 0-3. Titans at 0-3. So those two divisions right there, we like, all right. We still on the high. We still feel like we're on the uptick, better swing. And I do feel like in terms of just the projection part, us are 2-1 versus Bengals 2-1. Bengals are without their quarterback for the next 2 to 3 months. And we just saw them have a nice butt kicking take place as well. So I do feel a lot more optimistic about our situation than theirs, just from within the division standpoint. AFC West. Right? Chargers look legit. I ain't even gonna hold you, man. 3-0. Obviously, they lose Najee, but they still got a Marion Hampton out there. They still have a dope defense as well, man. Playmakers on all 3 levels. Of course, my dog Bud Dupree out there as well. So y'all know I'm showing my man love. All right. But to me, man, the Chargers for sure look good, man. The Chargers, I think, are one of them teams, man. You should be worried about them more than the Chiefs, Broncos, and Raiders. All right. I think Chargers are legit, man, in terms of what they're doing, in terms of how Justin Herbert is playing as well. And that's why they're sitting at 3-0. They look good. Raiders, I like them, but at the same time, it's a hodgepodge at times, man. I get it. You got, Pete Carroll coming over there, man, implementing stuff. Brady, obviously part of the ownership group. I like Geno, like Genty, but at the same time, it's like he's still trying to get his legs up under him all the way. But I like Geno. I definitely like Geno, but they obviously took a little bit of a whacking over the weekend as well, man. Broncos are going to be tough, man, just because with Bo Nix, Sean Payton, the way they've been playing, man, they look good, but they're still 1-2 right now, right? Obviously, we talk about us being 2-1, they're 1-2. It's quick. You know what I mean? We could have been in that situation if we would have dropped this game, but we didn't. We found a way to win. And that's why it is important when we're just looking at how this thing is starting out, man, the first month of the season, right? Obviously, in the AFC East, it's a Bills party, and everything else is kind of cheeksies over there, right? Buffalo sitting at 3-0, Patriots 1-2, Jets 0-3, the Dolphins 0-3 as well. I mean, y'all know how the Dolphins look right now. Y'all have seen the Dolphins, all right? We over here like, when y'all gonna start the fire sale? That's what we trying to see for the Dolphins, because I want to cop a Jalen Waddle. I'm trying to cop a Waddle. I want to see that Waddle in black and gold. All right, I know everybody want the other one. I'm scared of the other one. All right, I'm scared of the other receiver over there. I don't want that around us. All right, I just call me old school. That to me is like danger, stay away. But when they start the fire sale, can we go ahead and get a Waddle, please? I think that'll look dope in the black and gold, man. All right. I think it'll look dope. But in terms of the AFC, though, got a couple of teams at 3-0, right? We said Colts, Chargers, Bills. I personally think Bills and Chargers are legit as heck. I think both of them are going to be tough to deal with, right? We know Baltimore, man, they just haven't played tonight. But once they play, man, we'll know more about them. But we feel very confident that Baltimore is legit. They're a handful to deal with. But I still feel good as a whole through these first 3 games of where we're sitting at least in the AFC side of things. Now, NFC looking kind of cool, man. I ain't gonna hold you. NFC done stepped their game up lately too, man, because they got some pieces, but partly due to they got some nice quarterbacks over there all of a sudden. They didn't up the quarterback situation, right? Eagles sitting at 3-0. Eagles look tough. They obviously Rams. Oh, Rams. Field goal protection, man. Secure your gap. Help the man over here, okay? Yeah. And low. Stay low. I digress. But Eagles take care of business, man, finding a way to win, right? 3-0. They look good. I see why they're going to be, one of them teams that are going to be heavily talked about as repeating because they look complete. But they still got to do it, though, right? And that's the name of the game. You got to stay healthy. Commanders, man, if they can stay healthy, they're going to be tough, man. In terms of them being at 2-1, Jaden Daniels, they're looking good over there. Debo Samuel and company, man, they find their ways. I'm like, yo, Debo, you're a kickoff menace right now, bro. Like, this new kickoff is your thing. This is what you do. So, Commanders are cool, but they also going to beat each other up in that division. I ain't tripping on that. Cowboys, we saw them. It was yesterday, man. GP and company, man, they're a little frustrated down there. I think CeeDee Lamb got hurt too, if I remember correctly. He's gonna be gone for some time too, man. So that's gonna be interesting, man, to just see how they tread water because we know for Dallas, man, they are heavily based on their offense being, great, not just good. They have to be great. They got to score 30 plus for them to get up out the stadiums because their defense. Right? So with that, we're going to see how they continue to play out. Giants are struggling bus, man. Giants, I don't know what to expect, man. I thought last week they gave me hope with how Russ and how that offense played, how they really, threw the deep ball. But then you watched them versus the Chiefs yesterday. I'm like, yo, where's the deep ball at, man? Where's the aggressive passing attack, man? Where is that at? I don't see it. Love their pass rush, though. Love their pass rush. Sexy Dexy up front, man. You talk about dig on Brian Burns, Spider-Man over there. Then you got the young boy, Abdul Carter. I'm like, yo, y'all got pass rushers. All right. I love pass. And then Thibodeau. You be forgetting the Thibodeau. I'm like, yo, Thibodeau nice too. I'm like, yo, they got the across the board. That's a one-on-one nightmare to deal with, man. But the rest of it sucks. And that's the problem. That's why the Giants are the Giants right now. 0-3, struggling, man. Struggling. NFC West looks interesting, though, man. I like NFC West right now. They for sure look tough, man. Every team in that division is, above 500 and looking good, man. Niners 3-0. Niners look tough, man. Niners are tough. And as long as Purdy stays healthy or is still over there, man, they're going to be good. But they also, I forgot, they had the other guy out there, quarterback this past weekend, and shoot, he looked good, if I remember correctly, man. Because Purdy is out with he has like the toe, and it was another lower body injury that he's dealing with. Actually, let me pull up my man, because I want to make sure I pull, because they got out of there versus the Cardinals yesterday, if I remember correctly. Mac Jones. That's what I was like, yo. I was like, yo, who's the quarterback? I was like, I know it's another dude name out there. Mac Jones, man. Yes, Mac Jones, man. Shout out to Mac Jones, man. See, league, bro. Everybody get another chance, man. You get another chance, man. Get on the movie train. Make it work, baby. Make it work. But for sure, Mac Jones. And like I said, their system helps, but more importantly, man, they have a lot of pieces. But for them, they took a big blow, man. Nick Bosa tore the ACL, man. We obviously know that is their most gifted pass rusher, one of their best players on defense. We know they still got Fred Warner, but Nick Bosa for sure, that's their TJ Watt, that's their version of Myles Garrett. So him, having the torn ACL, that for sure is going to suck for them down the stretch. Rams, I like the Rams a lot though. 2-1, y'all knew I picked them to beat Philly in that game too, man. And if it won't for, just protect and hope if that would have taken place with low pad level, they get up out of that with a dub and they sitting there at 3-0. So yeah, I'm like, yo, as long as Matthew Stafford is healthy, his back feel good. It's hard for me to pick against him, man. Stafford and McVay, they just got that, yo, we're gonna outshoot you mentality. You can have all the talent you want up front. You can have all these pieces, but our scheme, my quick release is nicer than whatever you putting out there. And once again, it showed. The Rams are not afraid. The Rams, to me, give me Tampa Bay vibes in terms of their like FU mentality. My quarterback, his arm, these receivers are better than whatever you're doing defensively. That's why I love Tampa and what they're doing with Baker. But to me, man, the Rams are the finished version, the higher end version, and that's why they won the Super Bowl. And we're gonna see if Baker and Tampa what they can do with what they're bringing out. But I like the Rams, man. I think they're gonna be good, man. Cardinals looking nice too, man. James Conner going down is going to crush them, though. James is the physical, keep it on schedule. Kyler Murray, the safety valve. Them not having him, they're going to feel that loss for sure. Kyler is balling out, man. Kyler looks good. Marvin Harrison Jr. struggling, but James Conner not being out there, man, they are for sure going to feel that, man. So we'll see what that looks like going forward. Seattle, we already know how that happened. All right, leave us alone. We're not bringing up Seattle anymore. Okay, it's done. It's in the past. But Sam Darnold still looks good. Okay, but yeah, he's in the past. We're past that week. We don't talk about Seattle anymore. 24 hours are up. Okay. But hopefully they finish really well, so that way we could be like, see, told you they ain't suck. We lost to a dang good team, man. Shout out to Seattle. All right. Green Bay, what the heck was they doing? NFC North. What the heck was Green Bay doing? How the heck does Green Bay lose to freaking Cleveland? The Browns. The freaking Brownies, man. But that's why they're 2-1 right now. Minnesota, we got them upcoming over in Ireland. We'll see what they look like, man. They obviously came off with a big win versus the Jake Browning-led Bengals. But they've kind of been a mixed bag with JJ, with the young situation. But we know JJ is injured right now, so we should have Carson Wentz when we play them. So a little bit different in terms of veteran experience, but not all the way consistent and dominant, when he's been out there for elongated periods of time. So that's something we have to look at. But they're sitting at 2-1. Lions 1-1. They obviously got the game tonight, so we're going to see. I think y'all gonna be watching the game, so I'll be watching the game. Now, granted, for like the first hour of the game, I'm gonna be sitting in my car on my phone watching it because my baby girl, the hooper, she got little basketball eval, little trial situation. So I gotta water whip the whip, get out there, make her feel comfy. But then from there, I gotta watch the game, all right? Because I gotta, how it is. It's football season, man. Y'all know I'm not the only one, right? Me and wifey was trying to get on me the other day because she's like, yo, when football season starts, this is all I see from you. You walk around like this. I'm like, hey, I'll be like that. And then this weekend hit, and I was like, dude, stop looking at my freaking phone, man. I was wondering, am I the only one that's like that? Because I swear I be over here all the time like, hey, bro, just hold on. I'm going to put the game on. I be having the YouTube TV, the 4 game split on this little tail phone. I be like, bro, I can't even see it all the way, but I'm still going to watch it. All right. And then it's like, yo, I'm gonna put the game on the TV, a game on the computer. I need games on the phone. I just be like, yo, is this how it's always been? Because I'm new to being a fan. All right. I'm used to being on the player side. On the player side, I have my iPad and it's like, yo, it's just work. So I'm always watching film, but it's like all 22 work. Now I'm just watching just football. I'll be over this joint, bro. I told you I was watching Norfolk State because TG. So I'm like, I always gotta have Norfolk State playing. I'm watching, they going UNC. I'm like, yo, y'all are trash. Why am I watching this game? Right. But then I'm like, oh, John Maytier. I got to watch Maytier. All right. So anytime he's on, I'm like making the screen big for his games when he's on offense. Then it's like, okay. Carson Beck's up. All right. Let me click on Beck. Click. It's like, yo, am I the only one? Because I swear, I'm like, yo, wifey, why you call me out like that? I was feeling a little self-conscious like that. Is that really it? Yeah, man, it's crazy. And then I stay with my AirPods too, because we'll have one game on the TV and then, or it's like, say we're out somewhere, right? And I'm like, dang, I really need to know what's going on in this game, but I don't want to necessarily be staring at the phone the whole time, but I don't want to miss anything. So I'll put the AirPod in and I'll be listening to the game while the AirPod, I'm like, yup. And I'll be over here acting like everything copacetic, like, yep, I'm focused. Dang, man, how you drop that pass? What's good? You good? Oh, yeah, I'm cool. All right. So like I said, maybe it's just me, But shout out to y'all, man. All right. Cause yeah, bro. All right. I see y'all in the chat now. Okay. Tyler said, yo, man, that's you gotta bring an iPad for that. Mike could say, yeah, Moats, I'm with you. Shout out to Tyrell. He said, yo, that's how I be. Cause I swear I was over here like, man, I'm really over here like on my joint heavy, man. 4 games with a I'm telling you, look, Jamal, don't you judge me, man. 4 games, and this ain't even this ain't the match the pro. I'll be over here like, hey, bro. All right, come on, man. Come on. Let me hold it up like this. I can see a little better this way. Swear, man. But that's how it is, man. And for sure, Mike, that is my go-to. I'm a 1 AirPod guy. They never know. You put 2 AirPods is obnoxious. They like, all right, bro, you ignoring me. You trying to be weird. 1 AirPod, they like, maybe he's on a call. Maybe it's important. Maybe you just have to be aware. All right, so I just throw that in there and be like, all right, I'm cool. But for sure, I'll be like, yo, score, make the play. What you mean you ain't make that play? God dang it. Shout out to the homie DJ Lenny. He says, y'all, I'm the same way, Mo. All right, bet. Look. I appreciate all of y'all, you know what I'm saying, being a part of this movement. All right. I needed that support. I needed to know that I wasn't by myself. Okay. Because I for sure be feeling like I'm by myself at times with that. Okay. And you already know X Concepts, 1 AirPod gang. Yes, indeed. Man. For sure. That's the play, man. That's the play. I see you, Tyler. 4 games on the phone, 4 games on the iPad. Ball is life. Yes, I swear ball is life, bro. I be here like, yo, I'm gonna have 4 games on this. I'm watching every game. I want to see it all. All right. I swear I'm with you, baby. So for sure, man. And while we at it, man, do what the homie Don Hefe Quan says. You know the Don Hefe Quan, man. Hit that like button, boys and girls. Y'all know the drill. I forgot all about saying hit the like button. So I supposed to been said that, man. Y'all got to keep me on track sometimes. Remind me. All right. Y'all not be getting caught up and cutting up sometimes. All right. Blame around the NFL. We started talking about around the NFL. And I got whacked out over here, man. It was just funny. I'm sorry. All right. But let me get back to it though, man. Like I said, let's talk about that primetime game, Lions. It's like, yeah, that's what we on the thing on the top. In fact, I need the Lions to do well tonight, or at least David Montgomery, okay? Because I'm in a fantasy battle right now, right? And both of our squads did well, but we also had some key players struggle. And now I'm down 1 point, okay? I'm down 1 point, and I have David Montgomery, okay? The guy I'm going against, he's done, okay? He doesn't have anybody left. I have David Montgomery. So I just need David to just, don't do anything stupid. Just make a play or 2 here, and I get out of there with a win tonight. All right. That's all I'm hunting. I'm hunting David Montgomery. Give me some production. I need 1 fantasy point. Actually, 2 to secure the win, but no negatives. Because I've experienced the negatives before. It just made me want to throw my phone. All right. So just work with me, David. Work with me. I won't ask for much. But tonight, though, man, in terms of the Lions, we're going to learn more about them in terms of who they are, man, if they're good or not. So I do like that. Seeing with Chicago, man, I'm not the biggest fan of them. I think that they are going to take some more time, man, to get that thing all figured out, man. They for sure are a work in progress. But NFC South is tough to me, man, in terms of Baker. Panthers look good, man. But they look good against the Falcons. So I'm kind of like, I don't know all the way, man. But Bryce, I do like what I saw from Bryce Young. But to me, man, that division for sure is going to be the Bucs. I think they're running away with it. They're sitting at 3-0 right now. Saints are struggling. But we knew the Saints were going to struggle when Derek Carr hit the retirement button on them boys at the beginning of the season. That's, kind of what comes with it. And yeah, they're going to have to figure that thing out. But to me, man, Tampa is for sure the team down there, baby. All right. But as I look, I think we got my dog. I think my homie that arrived. So let me get ready to lock in with him for a few skis real quick. Yeah. And I put my AirPod in and somebody started calling my actual phone, bro. What am I doing? Let me get connected on the right thing real quick. That could have been weird. Like, yo, no, they'd be like, yo, what are you doing? I'm at work right now. Why are you calling me? All right, don't call me right now. I gotta get my dog real quick. All right. Oh no, I'm connected. All right, there we go. Did it connect? All right. Okay. There we go. All righty. Now let's get this thing fired up, man. Cause my partner Dim is in the building. Shout out,
Man,
shout out.
you
Y'all
my
see what it
dog,
is?
man.
You know what it is.
Man.
Yeah.
What's happening,
Ladies and
man?
gents, boys and girls, children of all ages, you know who we joined by right now. Pittsburgh Steeler alum, West
Yeah.
Virginia Mountaineer alum, current defensive coordinator of Norfolk State University with the homie Mike Vick. I'm talking about one half of the locker mates, my mother freaking locker mate, Terence Garvin, TG. What's the word, baby?
My
What's the
dog.
word?
My dog.
Coach,
My dog.
coach, you look
My
good in there,
dog.
coach.
I'm
Coach, you're
man.
looking good, coach.
Man.
Coach,
Stress.
coach.
Man. Fighting good
I,
fights, man. Feeling good, but we all right. It's all
I,
right.
I,
All right. We all right. All right.
when we needed to stop, you got
Yeah.
us to stop.
Yeah.
When I needed to stop, baby, you got me one, baby.
Love
Let's
that.
ride. Let's ride. Let's ride. Hey,
We
hey,
just
but you know
gotta
what it is?
the little things, man. It's the same. It's still a nation to all the nations. Football is the best
Mm-hmm.
sport because you can't cheat it. You can't cheat it. You
Can't
can't
cheat
lie
it,
to
bro.
it. Like it just is. So it's like we just gotta stack some healthy weeks off the
Yeah.
field, on the field. You know what I mean? Get the little things. We'll be all right. See what we supposed to see, man. Still a
Mm-hmm.
nation, Norfolk nation. Just see what you supposed to see. Look at your two. Look at your three, man. You ain't gotta look too much.
He say
Don't
we ain't asking
look.
for much. Eyes on your
Alright,
work.
man.
Eyes
Just
on
look
your
at
work,
see
baby.
what you're supposed to see, man.
Yeah,
Like, keep it nice and neat.
absolutely.
Running tackle. We'll be all right though. We'll be all right. We'll be okay.
Hey,
Don't
look, look,
blink.
look.
Don't blink.
Hey, look. On to Wagner. On
Mm-hmm.
to Wagner,
On the
baby.
wagon.
You
Don't blink.
already know, baby. You already
Don't
know.
blink. Man, on the
Shoot.
wagon. Hey, shit.
Well, so look. So since I know you in the heart of it, all right, because you know we're gonna be tapped in with you every Saturday. We locked in, we watching.
Uh,
Eyes on you, baby. Big fan, big fan.
no, dog.
But how'd
We
you
gotta
feel
get. We
about
gotta
this
get.
weekend, man? I know,
We
I
need.
know.
We need college game day to pull up, man.
I'm
Like.
with you.
Like
I
bring the
already know.
wagon, bring the train down. We need the.
I
We
already
need the
know.
whole. We need that. We
Pull
need
up,
the energy.
gang.
We
Pull
need
up,
the
gang.
energy, man.
I already
Like,
know.
get the people to bring you down here, man. We need you
I
to come
already know,
on
bro.
down, man. Give us a live from the show, man. The people need you down here, man.
Live watch party for the Norfolk State game, man. You know
Come
your
on,
boy
man.
patrolling the sideline with the one and only TG, man. What y'all doing? If you ain't here, man, you missing out, bro. You already know where you're, man.
The
Live
people need
commentary,
it.
man. Get the people on this, man. What's up, baby? All right, what's up? All right, look. But before we get to that, all right, because eventually, you know, we're gonna get to that. You know, we gotta get to that. But how we feel about this team right now, man? We sitting at 2-1, first
Man,
win in New England since 2008. What was your energy on it, man?
I think you feel good. I think you gotta like. I think still a nation realizes like Aaron's in the building. You know what I mean? Like whether
Mm-hmm.
good, bad, like he still does miracle things.
Mm-hmm.
He's still throwing the ball well. He's still moving well. He got good control of the offense. See the DK starting to come alive. Touching paint. Um, I think you feel good. I don't think the losses are because you could say the bomb field goal is a win, whatever, but a
Mm-hmm.
win's a win. I don't think the losses are per se stolen victories. If that makes
Yeah.
sense. Like I don't think it's like, ooh, we stole that. Like I think these are good Steeler
Mm-hmm.
victories. I think Steeler Nation knows how to win tough battles
Yeah.
to good battles. I thought that was a good win yesterday. I thought it was a tough win the first day, and it's like they look good. That's a
Yeah.
good team. Players that they're counting on to make plays are making plays. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's what you should be excited about. Like players that you per se have purchased are the ones that showing up making the plays. So it's like it's a lot of positive in there. Good energy. I believe. I believe. I
Hey,
trust.
what
I
to say?
like the nation. Yeah. I
Make
believe in
hey,
that
your
shit.
A players got to play like A players, man.
For sure.
A players play like A players,
And I
man.
think that's on display. I think the A
Yeah.
players are making A player plays. I think per se the B players are playing well, and I think you'll get a lot of improvement in the B players. You know,
Ooh, okay.
like
Mm-hmm.
I would always go with the Yahweh Black or Yahweh. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's per
Big
se a
YA,
B.
big YA,
Yeah,
yeah.
Big YA. I think that's per se
Mm-hmm.
a B player that's playing really well. You know what I mean? Does a
Yeah.
lot of good things that'll play like an A player by the end of the year. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
you've stolen something out of that. I think the per se D line room is a little bit underplaying, but I think it's a lot of higher play that's coming out of that, and you can see it coming. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and I think that pass rush is hot. I think that rush is hot. TJ ain't even woke all the way up yet. You see what I'm
If
saying? I
if
think
it
that practice,
finally was cooking, it finally got a little saucy in there, man.
it ain't even all the way awoke yet. It's not
That's what I'm
even there
saying.
yet. I
Yeah.
think Herbert's hot. I think the tape's hot. You know what I mean? You waiting on you just it's coming. I think Jack Sawyer's tape is hot on him. You
I
know,
would agree.
I think don't sleep on that. That's a big boy turning an edge. You know,
I
so
mean, I
it's
gotta
like
ask though, bro, because Highsmith's production, and then you look at what Herbig has done also for this season. It's like, all right, how do y'all feel about that? Because they've looked at Herbig and look at how, he's causing the pressures. He's, getting at the quarterback, getting the sacks, stuff like that. Highsmith's kind of banged up a little bit.
I was just
They're
about to
like,
say,
yo,
how healthy is
yeah,
Highsmith?
yeah. So they're like, yo, is that something that you potentially look to move though? In terms of Highsmith, because of what Herbig is doing and because of what you're
I
seeing from
think
Jack Sawyer, do you, try to move on or use that piece to get you something else here to help you
I think the
in
day
other
you
areas?
signed TJ, you made that trade bait. Like the day you signed
Mm-hmm.
TJ back to all that money, you said, "All right,
Yeah.
that's my A. I've drafted this Herbert right here. I got a
Mm-hmm.
Jack Sawyer I've drafted because you gotta
Yeah, you got to keep the
trust the
stock. Yeah.
draft. You know what I mean? You got to
Mm-hmm.
trust the process in a sense. So you've already, and not to be like, but you've already per se said this is the trade bait or this is the one. If I could
Mm-hmm.
get something for this one, I'll ship
This the
this one.
one that's available. Yeah.
You know. So even when there was talks about getting a receiver possibly, and it's like that's the name that was tradable. Like everything
Mm-hmm.
was like, all right, we could trade that name and stack up and
Yeah.
get that. You know. So yeah, I think
And I
for
will
sure.
say, and I do think, and maybe you can address this in terms of guys that have the most trade value. Highsmith, we do feel like has more trade value than Herbig or even Jack Sawyer at this stage, correct?
Yeah, for sure. Went
Yeah,
Pro Bowl. Been a Pro
that's
Bowler,
what
you
I'm
know. It's like,
saying.
and they always say they don't ask you how, they ask you how many. So it's kind of like,
Yeah.
they
Hmm.
say Pro Bowler, it is. I think
Yeah.
Buddy on the old Buddy from the Ravens, I always talk about him, but he gets job opportunities. The simple fact, oh, you've done it. You've went to the Pro Bowl. Like you say, hey, you've done it. You're still gonna get somebody's gonna call you. You're gonna get a training camp call every call.
Every time, bro. Every
Every
time.
time. I gotta make sure. Maybe it was them.
Yeah.
So I think we might undervalue that, and not to say it like that, but that's a hot play. Like,
Yeah.
that could get you 12, 13, 14 sacks. That's a good year. That's a good year.
Hmm.
Anything over that
Listen,
8, 9.
Highsmith gave you 14 and a half without TJ. TJ won't even out there. It's like, hey, bro, it's levels to it. You know what I mean?
Man. So I mean, respect. And he goes and sees that left tackle all the time. Like,
All
he
right.
he go see that monster. Like he's
All
not
right.
here. He go see that monster. So respect, and
All
that's
right.
what But that's a good play. Good
He
play.
said, yo, he dealing with that animal over there. He know what he got to, every week, he know what he going to fight against. Yeah.
Man,
Now,
if
that's
you look at
respect
that
on that.
Green Bay up the street, and I know it's still in it. When you look at that
Hmm.
Green Bay up the street, they got that Rashawn Gary. That's the tape's
He
hot,
nice. He
and
nice.
I think it's not getting the. I don't think it's get the love, but it don't all the way get the love right now because it's a Micah in there that's
Because Micah,
hot.
yep.
I think it's the same
Gary
flavor. Like,
fire, bro.
yeah,
Hmm.
that could go sing his own song. Like that could,
Oh, yeah. He
it
got
could
hits.
carry.
He can make
Yeah,
his own hits. Yeah.
it could make his own hits. Like I think that's the same over here. I think TJ's just so hot that you
Yeah.
you sleep on it a little bit.
Hmm. I can see that. I for sure can see that. Now, for the people that have the questions though about, man, the 5 turnovers, is that fluke? Is that something that you think this team can hang their hat on and replicate? Or do you feel like, man, this was a one-off, man, in terms of just the ability to create the turnovers?
No, I think you bought that. I think that's what it is. You bought the
Hmm.
defense. Like at any time, it has the ability to do that. It's not that it's gonna do that every time, but at any time, the ability is there to do that. And I think that's
Yeah.
what you bought. That's what you were looking for. You hung your hat on being able to do that. There's some people that can't do that. Like it's just not gonna like
Hmm.
the moment's just too big, or I'm gonna drop it, or I'm gonna just man turnovers. They got the
Yeah.
ability to do that. They can get after you in different ways and cause turnovers.
And shoot,
I love
man.
the defense, man. I love the
I
defense.
was about to say, bro, the defense
I
had me
love
hyped,
the
but I know you get hyped, man. I gotta ask you though, man. I've been talking LBs, the insides earlier today, man. Turns to Patrick Queen, Peyton Wilson, Cole Holcomb. Just wanted to see,
defense.
man, how you felt about them dudes. Ah, He said, "Go me."
I'm just saying, you
Go
remember the
man.
preseason? I was like, hey, bro, that 55 is hot. I don't know if y'all looking up. That thing's hot.
That joint, they got a roll and everything. And they
Hey,
said, "Oh, hold on, I'll take base. Y'all don't want to
hey.
play base? I got you."
And my man been
All right,
down. My man
all
been
right.
beat up. Like, wait till that Ohio State come
Malik,
because Bud,
yeah,
he's big.
Malik,
Malik,
yeah,
he's big. He looks the
Malik
part. Like
Harrison. Facts.
he's been beat up. I think Cole took advantage of his opportunity. Don't sleep on that. I'll keep telling you know I see it. I see
I
it on the
already know.
wall. I see it. Like I told you, preseason that he called him can
I
hoop,
already
bro. He
know,
can
bro. I
run.
already know.
He can run.
He
He can
tight.
play. He
He
see the
tight,
ball
bro.
well. He's
He
impressive.
physical
Like
too. He
I was
physical.
impressed. I was impressed in preseason. I like how he's still playing. He's still playing good. It's kind of like,
Hmm.
all right, can he cover? All right, let's figure it out. See if we can cover a little bit. Maybe we don't need to cover. Let's blitz down here. Let's just let the linebacker blitz. We'll pick it up with the zone. Like we'll be okay. I'm just saying, it get like that. It get like that.
He for sure is flashing, bro.
Hey,
5'5" look good.
I
5'5"
like the
damn sure
five
look good.
five. He keeping it alive. I support. I support.
Hey,
I
you
support.
already know.
I support.
No. Shout out, man. But yeah, man, with those the inside dudes though, man, we're looking at the stat sheet and we're like, man, these are your three leading tackles on the team, man. You watching how they're getting, TFLs, etc. It's like, man, we felt that impact. But some of the dudes, man, in terms of the fans, man, they have questions about coverage, right? Because they say, man, Hunter Henry, obviously 8 catches, 90 yards, 2 touchdowns. Now, granted, TG, this was on 11 targets. And the next
Good.
person to have targets was Ramondre Stevenson with 3 targets.
Nice.
But yeah, how'd you feel, man, in terms of the coverage element from these LBs, man, when you're seeing a
But
tight
it's
end like
not
Hunter
all the way.
Henry?
That's not how that go. And that's
Talk
not
to me. Yeah.
always.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's
Thank you.
not how that
Thank
go.
you.
And
Thank
that's
you.
not
I,
always
I
on.
need you to talk that though. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's not always on like a person. That's not like he went out to this corner over here and he went 8 for 11, and I was on this corner. I worked this corner. Like it's the coverages. Like tight ends sit in soft zones, so they sit in zones. They're supposed to get those catches. Tight ends get numbers up because they get that. Hey, throw that. That's a run. You know what I mean? Like here, I'm about to
You know what
hand
it
it to you 3 yards down here. Hold that and fall forward. And now it's 2nd and 5. We feel good about it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's not that. I think it's just playing within the chains of the defense. Like truly
Yeah.
just giving where you're supposed to be. And it's like when it is man to man situations, covering it. But that's not
Mm-hmm.
that. I think they cover well. I think the defense is sticky right now. Because right now that defense plays hard. They play fast. They get into the ball. Like I love that Green Bay defense. But besides that, this is my favorite. And I love that Flores defense.
Green Bay
But
tough right now. Green
these
Bay
are my
defense
favorite
tough, bro.
defenses. Those
Green Bay
three,
defense
those three
fire.
NFL, they're biting. That Green Bay is biting.
Yo, hold on. What was your third team? You said
Green Bay,
Steelers, Green
I
Bay. Who
love the
else?
Vikings. I love the Vikings defense.
Oh, Flo.
I
Flo got him
love it.
cooking up there.
Oh, I
Flo for
love it.
sure got him cooking.
They're my
Yeah.
favorite three.
That's
And
gonna
the
be fun this
Steelers.
weekend. Oh,
Uh,
that's gonna be fun this weekend.
oh,
Ireland.
we're gonna.
Oh,
I hate that that's in Ireland. I hate that. I
I'm
hate.
glad to say Ireland. Get him
I
away.
hate that. They
Break it
need to
up a
do
little
that.
bit.
That
Break it
needed to
up a
be the.
little bit.
That should have been the Monday night game. I don't see how
No,
it's not.
no. Make it weird. Break it up a little bit, man.
That's supposed
Because
to be
for
Monday
sure,
nights. You don't.
sure that
You ain't
defense
see.
be getting after it, bro.
Man. Flores gave him a pin
It
up
showed
look,
zero. He
and
showed
man,
zero,
then he checked to the
2,
two.
6. I said, oh my god, what?
You don't know what you're getting out of
Yes.
that. And that blitz coming at you. You better figure it out quick.
He
You better
heating
figure it
you
out
up
quick.
like God, dog. They
Better.
everywhere, bro.
Yeah, they're everywhere. I love how he does
Hey,
that.
hey,
I love that. I love it. I love
that's real.
it.
That's real life, bro.
I
Now,
love it.
offensively though, for us, how you feeling right now, man? Because we obviously, 5 turnovers defensively,
Mhm.
but you only win by 7, right? 21-14.
For sure.
What's your thought process with them dudes over there?
Uh, I think they're still flowing. I think offense always comes on a little bit slower than defense, but I think Aaron looks good. I think they're running the ball all right. I think they're running the ball all right. I think I think we'll stay what they are doing. They're sticking to it. You know what I mean? I think they're trying
Yeah.
to get an identity of we are gonna do this, even though the boys in like it's just not in shotgun all day. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just not in like we're still getting under
Mhm.
center. We're still gonna take this handoff. We're still gonna do the rollouts. Things are built off
Yeah.
of it. Things are built off of it. At the end of the day, they're winning. So when you win, it makes it better, and it's like we can build off of it. So I think I think they're fine. I think they're in a great
So
situation. They're calm right now. It's cool. It's
yeah,
2-1. You know, you can say you drop one. You could say you per se drop. You know what I mean? Like you
that's
drop,
real.
or you could say you
Yeah,
stole one. However however you see it. But it's
yeah.
like I think they're getting good Steeler wins. I think they're playing hard.
Mhm.
I think it's tons to clean up. But they're two and
Yeah,
one through the first 3 weeks. They get out of 3-1 in the first semester. You feel great. So it's
yeah.
like
Now, do you get caught up though with the statistical part when they're like, man, it's been 3 games where they've allowed a 100-yard rusher, and it's been 3 games where they still haven't had a 100-yard rusher just yet, and it's like, or excuse me, not allowed a 100-yard rush, but allowed 100 yards rushing from another team. You know what I mean? So it's like, do you get caught up in that type of stuff, or it's still just, man, at the end of the day, they're winning. At the end of the day, that's
it's
what
like
matters the most.
I think they're winning. Like I think that running back's running hard. And I know it's like the numbers
30,
per se
yeah.
don't say. Yeah, I think he's running hard. Like he runs hard every week. And it
Mm-hmm.
show up. Like I think that presence. Remember, like defense and running ball show up in December, November, and December.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like getting the presence of we're still trying to stick to the run. I think that defense will be fine. It will be fine. They're playing good. They're all right. It's early. You know what I mean? Let that weather break a little
Yeah.
bit. Let them start hitting some people. There's more turnovers coming. They're
He
fine.
said, "Get a little cold out there, dude. I won't get hit no more." He's like, "All right, bro,
I
you
got
got a
the
defense."
Steeler Nation is top four. Like the Steelers are top four in the league right now. The Steelers, Green Bay, you know, I think the Vikings are tough. Yeah, I think they're tough. I keep saying these defenses, but I think these teams are tough. You know what I mean? Like I think
Yeah,
these are the top teams in the league per se right now.
yeah,
You know, probably missing somebody. Hey, Chiefs are always the Chiefs, but they're even
man.
not
And then
cheating.
look.
They're not
They
cheating.
not. But I mean, if you're gonna start naming teams, I mean,
Philly's
I know
tough.
it's a team that you. Oh,
Philly's
okay,
tough.
okay. I know it's a
Philly's
team that you
tough.
could name. You know, so I appreciate you on that.
It's
Appreciate
tough.
you. How you feel about
Buffalo's
the
the
Colts though? Are you buying Indiana Jones? Are you buying the Colts?
No, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying the Buffalo way. I'm not buying that.
What?
No.
Oh man.
We do this
All
every
right.
year.
I already know you a hater at your heart. It's
We do
okay,
this
man.
every year.
It's because Baltimore keeps losing to them. So you
We
have
do
to
this
not like
every
Buffalo.
year.
I got you.
We just
Look,
do
if
this
if
every year.
if if Buffalo would always lose to Baltimore, I would not like Baltimore also. Okay. I like Baltimore. I'm a fan. I think
Yeah.
they real cute. I like the little thing they do with the
Man.
with the quarterback and everything. I
No
like that
problem.
little thing they got going over. This is cool. You
No
know what I mean?
problem. No problem.
But
I'm
but you
just
know what I'm
saying
saying?
it's
Like,
every year stuff.
yeah.
Buffalo, Kansas City, Baltimore. Like I think Pittsburgh's in that clique now. I think this is the year
Oh,
of like you see it. I think Pittsburgh's in that
yeah.
way. I think on the other side, like I said, that the Vikings are tough. Green Bay's
I
tough.
think you
That's gonna be
sleeping
my
on,
team.
on Tampa too. I think you sleeping on what Baker and them boys got going on. I
I
think
don't
they one of the
believe
ones.
quite yet. I don't believe quite yet. They're tough though.
Oh,
I don't
oh,
believe
they
quite yet. They're tough though. Tough,
tough, bro. I
tough,
like Tampa, bro. I like
tough,
Tampa. Yeah,
tough.
I like it, baby. I like it. Shoo, because I'm over here just like 2-1 as a whole. We know Cincinnati, no Joe Burrow going forward, so we feel good about what that should look like as the season progresses.
Their
Baltimore plays
defense.
tonight, and obviously Cleveland is still struggling. They're trying to get off the snide, right?
Cleveland just had a big one this weekend.
Oh shoot, you're right. Green Bay.
Big win, yeah. Big
Shout out to
win.
how
You see, see?
let's talk how Green
Big.
Bay. Let's say
Cleveland just
because
had a
even with
big
Green Bay,
win.
it's like yeah,
Yeah,
but even with that, you're like man,
I'm with
Cleveland,
you.
dude.
I'm with
But
you.
and this is the thing. Even watching that one, do you feel like that's Cleveland? Y'all took that, or were we looking at Green Bay like, bro, what y'all doing?
Drop that.
All
It
right,
ain't the NFL,
you feel?
but I think Green Bay
I know,
dropped
I
that
know.
for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
For
Yeah, so
sure.
that's what I'm like. I look at Cleveland just like, they still figuring that one out, but they did win. So shout out to them because at the end of the day, you either win or you lose, man. That's simple,
When you
right?
lose. They ask you
Facts,
how, they
man.
ask you how many. But I don't think Cleveland's
Absolutely.
that. I think
Yeah.
Pittsburgh should run the AFC North. They
No.
just gotta keep it healthy. Keep Aaron healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Keep that defense. It's still peak. Man, Jabril ain't even gotten started yet. Ain't even
40
got
looked
it
good
into the
though.
man.
He looked good though, bro. He was
And that's
flashing.
I love that defense, bro. I
He
love
was
that defense.
flashing.
I love
It
that
star
defense.
stuttered.
It's a
It star
Jalen
stuttered,
out
bro.
there. It's a Jabril. I love that defense.
You
I
got
love
Jalen
that.
Jabril Slay. We didn't
Man,
see JPJ
we
back yet.
I was
Think
gonna
about
say
that. We didn't
But
see
we ain't even
JPJ
got
yet.
the full. Yeah, we ain't even got the
We
real.
just
I was
Harmon
gonna say
just
Slade
showed
ain't even
up.
got Slade and shit. Like he ain't even got little
Nah.
comfy out there.
Nah.
Come on, man. Don't
But he had
sleep.
a
I
nice play
love
out
that
there
dude.
too, though.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
look good. I'm just saying he getting
Mm-hmm.
comfy. You can see he's just getting back
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Wait till he get comfy out there. Where it's like, okay, I under like they not the deep, but I don't even know that they understand fully the defense. They're still gelling together.
I would
They're
agree.
still getting the hey, bro, you can push that right there. This the shove, right? Little
Yeah.
stuff.
We
All
could
right.
do this faster.
Yeah,
You
we
could
can.
jump that sooner.
Hey,
Yeah.
jump that. I got you right behind you. You see,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it's still got to get
Mm-hmm.
weird. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it'll be all
That's
right.
real. That's real. There you go. Okay, okay, okay. Well, let's ride there. You got me feeling optimistic, man. So Ireland, little foreign territory. We should feel good. If you're telling me, even though it's the Vikings coming up. Okay.
Uh, I just when they leaving, it's all little details in
They
there.
said they leaving on Thursday. They leaving Thursday.
When the Vikings leaving.
I don't know when the Vikings leave, but
Okay,
we leave
I think that
Thursday.
matters.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
matters.
Yeah.
Not a bad. I like the Steeler Nation. I'm gonna go with the nation, but it's
For sure.
dangerous. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be weird.
It's
Could
gonna be
get a little
tough.
weird over there. Could be
It's
weird
gonna
over there.
be tough. Bigger game
Yeah.
for
Well, shoot, baby. I like it then, man. I like it.
very
Well, shoot,
winnable
man.
though, very handleable. It's really
Okay.
not about that. It's just who handles the travel the best. That's
Yeah.
truly what it's about. Who can handle distraction? That those games aren't so much the football, it's just the business of it. Who can
Mhm.
travel, who can just be ready to play, who wants to play. These are so it's almost like it's tough. Sometimes the younger team is usually the better situation in those situations.
Mm.
That's always my opinion.
No. No, I could dig it there, man. I could dig it. Well, my dog.
My
I
dog.
always appreciate you, man. You got anything before we get up out of here, man? Last week we had Canelo getting the dub. This week we got new Cardi B album. I mean, I don't know what else to hit you with now, man. I think we in a solid space right here, man. What you got for me? Anything before we go, man?
Man, I've had a rough week because I picked Canelo. Canelo lost. I've been having a
How
rough
you
week.
gonna pick against Bud, bro? I just can't
Yeah,
believe, bro.
I
Who
only
are
did.
you?
I thought
Who
Canelo
are
was
you,
gonna be better.
bro?
I thought he was gonna weight bully him.
I ain't gonna
Real
lie there, T.
sports guy. I thought he was gonna weight
It's
bully
for
him.
sure.
I thought he
For
was gonna
sure.
weight bully him. Like I'm a bud. Bud was up here. I'm a Bud guy, but I thought
Yeah,
he was gonna get weight bullied. Like he's too
for
little.
sure.
So, it's all good though. Still a nation. I'm still a nation. West Virginia beat Pitt. I don't think I got the love on that. Get back to
Hey,
reality, man. West Virginia
let's
beat Pitt.
go. Take me home.
Just you need some wins, man. You just
Country
gotta get wins
road.
in the neighborhood, Just wins in the neighborhood. So
Let's go. Hey, look, you know I'm still gonna have my green and gold, baby. All right, so let's go ahead and get a dub this
my
week.
dog.
Gotta take out Wagner, and then after that, baby, we gonna turn it up next time we in here. All right, let's get it. Let's
Hey,
get it,
that's
baby.
time. Let's do it.
It is, man. Appreciate you as always,
My
baby.
dog.
Peace.
All right.
Shout I'm throwing the mic off, bro. That's hilarious. But shout out to my dog, TG Terence Garvin, former Pittsburgh Steeler, West Virginia Mountaineer, current defensive coordinator of Norfolk State University. And that's my dog. One half of the locker mates, baby. So hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe either if you are new to the channel and you enjoyed my dog on the call in, baby. All right. Think there was a super that popped in. I'll get that. And then after that, man, we gonna roll up out of here, man. But let's go. Let's go. All right. This one is from the homie Mike Hood. He says, Mr. Moats and chat goats. I like how Rodgers got on Muth for not sitting down on that route when he was scrambling, running into coverage. Appreciate you, Moats. Then there's like what you're talking about too. That third down, he's scrambling to the offense's left, and Muth for sure kept drifting, and he throws it to where he thinks Muth is going to be sitting there, and he's like, "Bro, come on, man." Absolutely, and that type of stuff, though, man. The leadership from Rodgers, yes, but more importantly, because of what he's actually telling him is correct, that is also encouraging. It makes other people feel like, you know what, man, I should listen to this guy because he knows what he's talking about. Not everybody has the confidence, not everybody has the cachet to be able to communicate that and have the message be received in the right manner. So I do like the fact that you observed that as well. The homie, the bro, Barbarian. No, I already read that one. All right. Oh, Swayze TV. Shout out to you, Swayze. He says, these fans do not know ball. And he's definitely talking when we were on the Patrick Queen conversation because, yeah, I'm just over here just like, maybe I'm missing it, but it's cool to hear that I'm not. All right. So I appreciate y'all. And then shout out to the bro Baron for the final super chat. He says, people, Patrick Queen's only goal is to help the team get out that stadium with a win. I do not care how he does it. Look, I like fried bologna, but I don't care how it's made. Bro, bro, you out of pocket, man. That fried bologna be hitting now. Don't you play fried bologna, throw a little cheese on that thing? All right, if you know, you know. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The fried bologna, yeah. Bro, hey, bro, you start cutting up that thing, put a little slit on the edges. All right, stop playing with me, man. Sheesh. But yeah, man, for Patrick Queen, man, find a way. Find a way. And that's what he's doing right now. Will he continue to clean it up? Absolutely. But this is also one of the toughest leagues to play in, man, versus some of the best athletes in the world. You heard when I talked about Hunter Henry, 6'5", 249, right? But we also, you heard TG, Terence Garvin, also communicate that, yeah, it's not apples to apples. It's not, hey, this wide receiver one versus cornerback one, man-to-man, following each other around. Nah, some of this is, a flat route, a stop route. PQ might have been in man-to-man and gave up 2 catches all day. You see what I mean? But it's like, man, we'll just lump all of the production against him. It's like, nah, that's not that, man. So shout out to the Robarian, man. But you got me over here thinking about fried bologna, man. So I appreciate the heck out of you. But with that being the case, man, that will conclude today's show. So hopefully y'all enjoyed it. And if you did, hit that like button one time for the culture and subscribe. And like I said, man, for the members out there, man, y'all got content, man, that's there for you guys, early access and exclusive videos, man. I am pouring more into the members this go around, man, for appreciation. All right. So make sure y'all tap in if y'all have not joined that, because y'all rocking out, man, especially if you're at this part of the channel too, right? At this part of the stream, we 2 hours and 31 minutes in here. Okay. If you clearly rocking with me this long, you might as well subscribe. You have not subscribed just yet. Stop wasting your time. Hit the subscribe. Okay. So other than that, I'll holler at you. Y'all stay safe, baby. And until next time. Peace.